wish I knew it all along. Heed the call, rise above it all. You must fly into the fire. Whoa, here I am, running towards my final destiny. Though it may seem too much to bear, Now the only thing that I regret after looking back is that I waited so long. But I know with all my beating heart I'm on the right track. Wish I knew it all along. Heed the call, rise above it all. I know with all my beating heart, I'm on the right track. Wish I knew it all along. Heed the call, rise above it all. You must fly into
Welcome everyone to 2017 blade&soul World Championships. We're here on day 2 of our broadcast. We're here for the part 2 after you guys, along with us, had some extended break to get back into form. Now we are on the second half. We're going to be looking at the second place matches for today. My name is Joe Sophia. Along with me is Ending Life. We're here once again to bring you guys action as always. We'll be doing this for the first 3 days with the group stage, then move on to the quarters, then to the semis, and the grand finals happening next Friday. So we'll both be bringing you the entire action from day 1 onto the very last day.
So today is the second day. Tomorrow will be the last day of the group stages, as Joe mentioned. So since today's the second day, so we already started the group best out of 7s. If you guys noticed, we got rid of the best out of 4 after the first day, and we talked about how glad we were that we get to allow the teams to play the long games, and even if they lose 1 or 2 matches, they could pick themselves back up and we strategize into trying to come back even if they are losing.
Sometimes that's what we were hoping for, but some of the teams really lost their mentality after losing a few matches in the best of 7 and couldn't pick it back up as we had hoped as the casters here, but didn't work out as planned, and we saw a clean sweep. We saw very close to clean sweeps throughout this best of 7s. So hopefully we'll get a lot more closer matches with that break that we had. But back with the matches today, we're going to have 4 matches, best of 7 once again, to decide the second place of each groups. A, B, and C, D will be up. Tourists and Thank You 9527, they will be the first teams to go up. China versus Taiwan, Tourists could not beat the other Taiwanese team. And they couldn't really get themselves in that first place spot in Group B. They just trying to get to at least the second spot, but they have to beat Thank You to really get there.
And if you guys remember yesterday's matches, Tourist and Thank You 9527, they are 2 teams that both lost to Pengandi, the other Taiwanese team that is first place in Group A. So they have both experienced the loss from the same team. So whoever wins this match and places second is actually the actual second team, because they both have lost to the first group team.
Sure, you can definitely do that.
Like for example, like the next matchup after Tourist and Thank You, Guardian versus Newstang Fan Club, they actually lost to a different set of teams, if you guys remember. So like the skill levels may be kind of difficult to calculate for the second matchup, but like I just talked about the first matchup, they both lost to the first place team of the same group. So whoever places second, whoever wins this match is the actual second place, and worthy of going or having the chance to go into the quarterfinals.
That's very true. And Guardian, Newstang Fan Club, you'll see them later on in the match. Speaking of Guardian, the North America and the Europeans definitely will be presented in this second place match. You'll see 3 teams, with 1 team having already made it to the quarterfinals. And see the other 3 NA and EU teams be facing it off to decide that second place placement for the quarterfinals, because they just need to win more matches to have a better chance of making it to the next round. But so far so good. You just need to win just a few more. Hang in there, and we'll get to you those matches, each and every one of them.
And Taurus definitely, I gotta say, we talked about how, Taurus versus Thank You, or just China versus Taiwan is a big deal for them regarding pride for their country.
Definitely.
And Taurus losing to Pengandi already once.
7-1.
Yeah, they do not want to lose to Thank You because they'll be losing to a Taiwanese team twice in a row, back to back on the same day, and that will definitely shatter their pride as Chinese pro players that came all the way to Korea to compete.
And really, as you see on the screen there, it's also representing China, but Wang Xinyi, she's representing the female population of blade&soul gamers. She's going to be the only female player left remaining in Worlds 2017. She was one of the 2 participants who were of a female player, and now she's still left in this, just trying to fight for that second spot along with her teammates. They have to beat out the Taiwanese team, as you mentioned here. There you go. Thank You 9527 is the other team that they're going to be facing. These 3 players very much ready, because despite that loss from yesterday, and really pick it back up. They did win out that one match in the losers match to get here. So while Taurus have won their first game in day 1 and lost today's earlier match, they're definitely fresh off their heels. Thank You 9527 will be here for the first time today, whereas Taurus have already played a game earlier parts of the day. So a little bit of fatigue. I hope they get a good rest. They're going to have to get ready to face another match to get this second place spot.
Yeah, and it seems like from the side of Thank You, we won't be getting any surprise picks because they only have 1 class register per person. Whereas Taurus, they did have, a couple of classes registered, even though throughout this tournament World Champions, starting from yesterday, we didn't see we didn't see any swaps at all from Taurus, but they do have the other classes registered. So, you never know. And on screen now, we do have the first set matchup, Destroyer versus Blade Master.
I just say, even though Thank You 9527 has 1 class registered and Taurus has so many in contrary, but as you've been saying, Andy, they've been sticking to those 1 classes like you see on the first match. Li Ziyang, as you see on the screen, he's staying with the Destroyer for most of the time. Zhang Wensheng, the Force Master, he hasn't been playing any other classes other than that. And Wang Xinyi, the female player, she's been on that Summoner since day 1, sticking to it. So might be able to see some utility changes, but otherwise, we're probably going to expect them to see the exact same thing. So gonna be getting ready to go to the game 1. I think we'll be ready very, very soon. There we go, the music has changed. We're gonna go on to the game 1 between Taurus, Thank You 9527, China versus Taiwan. Match 1 will come right your way. Let's get on. It's going to be the first match between Taurus and Thank You 9527, Li Ziyang on the Destroyer versus Zhang Yaowei from Taiwan, playing that Blade Master.
And if you notice, the Destroyer brought out the Fury build, and throughout this world, the Fury build hasn't been working out for any of the Destroyers lately, so we'll see if this Destroyer is able to make it work.
It's true. I mean, we've seen the Fury build, kind of a choice that the Destroyers have made when it comes to a little bit of desperation efforts. Sometimes you want a quick win with that Destroyer, but you end up getting the quick defeat onto yourself. So it's been happening many times. We saw the Fury build as a choice of many of the Destroyers throughout Worlds 2017, but as you say, 0% success rate.
Yeah, he just popped the Fury ahead of time, showing the Blade Master that, yeah, I'm on the Fury build, and he was unable to do anything with it.
Well, now that we know on the screen that his Fury build is up, Yaowei does also now a little assumption that the Fury build is up in the air, so I have to change up the strategy a little bit to go a little bit aggressive himself to finish him off while he has the opportunity. Now he sees the HP bar dropping a little bit faster with that Fury build. Yaowei realizing this, he's gonna have to go a little bit quicker, destroy him off much faster than what he was expecting.
Ember Stomp is down and Gust was used. Fury will be coming back in 2 seconds, but the Destroyer wants to play it safe. He wants to go in when he has the Gust. But here we go with the Typhoon.
Go, spins around. Doesn't proc the Fury quite yet. He does
there
it
we
now.
go.
He's gonna go for it now. It's do or die.
Yeah, he does get some damage dealing done. And the escape is out from the Blade Master, and he will get his Gust back.
Yeah.
So even though the Fury ran out once again, the Destroyer might want to make his move.
Still very strong without actually
Yeah.
proccing the Fury. You got the base stats, which is still very strong, but Yahweh is not going to allow any of that. Puts him into the send for the secondary. Oh, gets him in to
the Gust.
finishing strike. Might be there, but like I say, Gust to get out of there. So tap escape is available.
He puts down the Ember Stomp inside the Searing Slash. I have no idea why he did that, but okay. 40 seconds left until the match, and the Fury is back. This is like the first time ever seeing Fury proc 3 times.
Three
there
times,
we go.
yeah. Let's get it done now, because if it goes to the TKO, he'll probably lose out in the damage charge.
All right, he's just going with the Typhoon.
Yahweh looks very comfortable in this situation. He knows exactly how to handle this. Just get that Fury out back with a cooldown. There you go. Just a Dragon Tongue might have finished it off.
Gust is used right away.
But it just seemed like, just overall, even if it does go to TKO, it seems like Yahweh on the Blade Master will pick up the victory.
Oh, that
more
thing!
damage dealt.
That thing, he might want to... Oh, the Destroyer, yes! This is what I'm talking about! That thing is going to win in the game!
2 seconds,
The
1
reflect!
second. Now, this is very interesting now.
Ooh.
The healing could have come from Xiang naturally. Off of that, just the base stats we know of the Destroyer, but now it's very close. We don't know anymore. And it's still going to be Yahweh taking the victory there.
Very little damage difference.
It was, and
40,000.
Taiwanese team, thank you 9527, will get the first point, and the Fury build still 0% succession rate.
Yeah.
Gonna have to tell the other, gonna have to tell the other destroyers around Worlds 2017 to stop using the Fury build. It doesn't get you wins.
Yeah, 0% win rate, and he was even able to proc it 3 times. During the Korea finals, I mean, during the Korea tournaments, and overall, when I used to always say, if a Korean destroyer is able to proc the Fury twice, you would automatically win, and that was usually what happened. But here, this time around, this destroyer got to proc it 3 times, and he was unable to win. So something about this Fury build in this Worlds is, you know, not quite right for the destroyers.
I mean, Li Xiang had 3 opportunities to get it right, but third times wasn't the charm for this guy.
Yeah.
He almost got enough damage, but
that was close.
He got him into the air, which wasted 1 second of that. So could have just gone and continued on with that.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He should have just continued on with it instead of wasting time with that
Definitely
airborne
much quicker damage output than getting up in the air. That animation does take a long time to complete, so Li Xiang really went for the conventional way of trying to finish his opponent off, but probably was counting on his own chances of getting that high % on that damage chart, but didn't happen that time around. Tourist is 1-0 down. And he's Zhang Wencheng back on the Force Master. Like we said, he's not going to be flexing that much. He's going to stick with the Force Master, even though he has all those classes registered. That's Sudong Chan. For Taiwan, he's going to be on the Destroyer this time. Whether he'll bring out the Fury build is going to be a question, but it does seem like Taiwan, they're really not fond of the Fury build as we've observed from the 2 teams that we've seen so far. So
now I don't even know.
My bet is that he's not going to bring out the Fury build. He learned, at least from the game 1, that it doesn't work out as effectively as people might think. So in this World 2017, specifically, you probably shouldn't go with the Fury build. You can use it back home. When you go back to your home region, that'll be fine.
But it hasn't been working out in Worlds, and now we do have, for our second match, Force Master vs. Destroyer, and, you know, just since we've been casting the Korean scene for a long time, and in the Korean scene, if we see a Force Master vs. Destroyer, Force Master usually just needs to keep his distance, and he gets an easy win. Let's see what happens in this second
game
set.
2 between Tourist and Thank You 9527 will be up. Currently, the Taiwanese team is up 1-0. We're going to extend it over to 2-0. We're going to find out what's going on. Here we go for the second match. Zhang Wencheng, the Force Master for the side of Tourist. Versus Sudong Shan. Going in as the Destroyer for the side of Thank You 9527. Gonna be up to play. The Destroyer lost last time around, mainly due to that Fury build.
Alright, that was good with the back roll chase by the Destroyer, forcing that second win out from that Force Master.
Hey, but you know what? The key to winning is not to go with the Fury build, and you'll win every time.
Yeah, it seems like. He actually got a good chase, but you know he's getting hurt.
Oh, actually continuing on with the damage now onto the Force Master. Trying to freeze himself though. Sudong-chan decided not to go with the Fury build. Freeze himself once again.
Oh, another stun. He got him, but he's getting him.
Only if just gonna throw him up in the air. He doesn't.
Yep. Alright, pulls him in. He's gonna do some damage.
Okay, there he goes. Starting the damage now, Dong-chan.
Oh, alright, second wind used again for the second time.
Okay,
and
now the Force Master is poking him out for range. Now he does use the Tab Escape. Dust is gone.
Alright, this is his chance. No escape for the Destroyer whatsoever. And if he continues to get hit, this is it.
Okay, the Meteor is coming through.
With the
Will this be enough?
firewall!
The Firewall in plus with the Meteor might be good enough to finish him off. There's Will. One Ice Burst. Once again, Frost Pump is good enough to finish off his opponent. And Tourist for the China, they haven't tasted victory almost at all throughout day 2. And now they get a little bit of glimpse of that. And Zhang Wensheng, this guy has been the more dependable player for the side of Tours since day 1, and he gets a team another victory. Now they're even at 1-1.
Yep, at the end, that was actually a pretty nice looking finish with the Meteor and the Blazing Wall, and then Phantom gripping him on top of that fire, burning him to death. Yeah, we don't really see that kind of move from Jung Ho-yoon. We don't see the Blazing Wall Meteor and then Phantom gripping, but you know, every region has their own style and the way they want to, you know, play out the game. And look at that.
That's fiery right there.
That is fire. That's fire.
That's a lot of fire.
But anyways, yeah, good, you know, good win for Tourist. Now we will be moving on to tag match.
There you go, game 3. It's going to be an advancement from the singles that we just played. Game 3 will be involving all 3 players from both sides. Once again, Tourist. One thing that I did notice about Tourist is that their singles were alright for the most part, and the tag has been seen a little bit of miscommunication with their teammates, and just they seem to die out at weird moments, really unexpectedly. So maybe if they get things straight and get that figured out, maybe they have a better performance this time around. But you see all 6 players that will be participating in this tag match 3v3. It'll be interesting to see whether Tourists catching on with that momentum and really pick up 2 more points. They add to the scoreboard, which will be really nice for these guys.
Exactly, and like we always say, this first tag match kind of determines which team will start off their engines and, you know, carry it on to their 4th and 5th singles. And you know, usually, most of the time, the team that wins this tag kind of gets that, you know, positivity and wins. You know, most likely wins the 4th single match and, you know, makes that gap even bigger.
It really does add to the mentality toll when you lose out in your first tag game 3, is that just suddenly you work so hard to get those 1 point each when you were working for the singles, but when you do lose out on those 2 points in an instant after a tag match, it does take a lot of toll on you, and you have to jump back mentally, get your team back in the game. But we've seen teams really just fall apart after losing game 3 and just losing more scores right after. So it's important for Tourists and ENG 9527, both sides, to really, no matter the result, to really keep the right mindset right after, keep their series going.
Yeah, and for those of you who are joining our, you know, second half of today a little bit late, all the matches starting now, including this one, the loser of this, all these matches that are coming up, the loser will be eliminated from the World Championship. So, you know, they want to fight as hard as they can.
There's not many chances available. The loser of this series will be eliminated from today. So, both teams working hard. Tourist and ENG 9527 will be on to their game 3. The match, stay on. Here we go for game 3. This is Lee Xiang on the Destroyer for Tourist. It's the summoner that we've been forgetting about. Wu Yanbin for the side of ENG 9527. This is the Taiwanese summoner. Haven't seen since day 1, so let's see him once again.
So we do see the Destroyer and the Summoner on both teams, and the only difference is the Force Master and the Blade Master, which let's see which side has prepared their composition for the opposition and see how they make it work.
And seeing how similar that is ending, really, we want to talk about how the two differences in the only class that really differs between the two teams, the Force Master and the Blade Master, how that makes a difference in the dynamics of how they control their team styles. It's going to be important to see here.
Yeah, they're both masters. Let's see which master is better.
I mean, they only call themselves a master. I mean, how masterful they actually are, we have to actually see.
Yep, there we go. The two Destroyers are going all at it. They're both out of Gust.
Okay, Sudong Shan, as soon as he comes in, does get beat down by Li Xiang. Oh, Zhangwen Cheng comes in, tags in kind of suddenly. Didn't expect that.
That was a early tag on both sides, though. The Summoner actually decided to tag out as well. So, 2 early tag points used. We rarely get to see that. And, they're almost at full health, too. So, just because they're out of their escape, they might have wanted to save that tag and use it interfere.
Sayawe tried to come in, interfere, but really to no use. He just, Zhangwen Cheng literally just froze himself. There's nothing much you can do in the time remaining you have on that interfere.
Alright, there's another tag point being used.
Second one for Tourist now, with 1 point being used by Zhangwen Cheng. Also Li Xiang coming back out into field once again.
Yep, I'm waiting for that.
Sudong Shan, I mean, this guy, he just got tagged in by Lian Bin, the Summoner, not having played for so long before tagging out to his teammate right now, but Li Xiang, he really, really wants a win right here.
Yeah, he brought out the Fury build.
Oh, Li Xiang, yeah.
Well, not Li Xiang, we have Dongshan.
Yeah,
on the red side. On Thank You side, who brought... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, Li Xiang did bring out the Fury build.
Did, yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing me. 2 Destroyers, 2 Spinners. But yeah, the Fury build is out, and he has Fury and Gust at the same time. He's going to make his move, but he freezes himself.
Now, Li Xiang, last time he tried the Fury build, he lost the game, but obviously he didn't learn his lesson. That doesn't work out. Trying to make it work out, though. Yahweh does come in. Sha Yahweh is really the Blade Master. One of the few, but a lot more than we see in Korea, but still very much a minority when it comes to the entire population of Blade and Soul.
Yeah, and Li Xiang already used up both tag points, and it's only just past the 3-minute mark.
So it has to be a quick finish on either side to make this really count, because Yahweh, along with the side of 9527, they're starting to use their resources a little bit. They're saving it for now, but Wanshini actually makes her first appearance. I should do mention that Cat is constantly just harassing the side of Yahweh.
But the Blade Master is still hanging in there. Now he's going to start to have a hard time because he gets poked down by the Super Sunflower and the Cat.
Now the criticism has been that Wanshini, even though she was the only remaining female player, hasn't been performing to a significant amount that probably her teammate were expecting of her, but doing some good damage now. Onto Yahweh.
Doing some damage, like you said.
Reactionary 2v2 now. Summoner,
double days.
Wanshini putting a lot of damage, but getting the healing back onto Yahweh though.
The Blade Master and the Summoner are still going at it, and the Blade Master decides to tag out first.
Wanshini doing a good job of really forcing that tag to happen, but she tags out also for Zhangwen Cheng to be back on that Force Master.
Yeah, that was her first tag out, so it's okay, understandable for her to tag out. And there goes the blazing wall once again.
Yep, and Sudong Shan on the Destroyer will be making his appearance once again. That Golden Fish.
Defensive interference comes in.
It's gonna be Destroyer going back and forth at each other. Li Xiang tried to go for a little bit of damage.
Oh, the dink!
We did hear the dink.
Yeah, the Reflect is going at it from both of the Destroyers today.
We have been, once again, really making that interfere into no use.
And the Summoner is back out.
Oh, Yahweh trying to deal some damage onto the Summoner now.
Yeah, the Summoner is taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, you have to be careful here.
And she already has healed up quite a bit.
Oh, this is bad. Onto the wall. She might start getting all that damage, but defensive effort does come out with that interfere.
Yeah, he is. this Thank You Destroyer is able to endure this.
Another stun! Wanshini who should be out of here as the first person out for the team. There is no interfere. She has to tag out, which she does, to a very healthy Zhang Wensheng. So very good play by there.
And she is actually the only one with 2 interfere points, but she's so low on health that
you don't want to come in.
Yeah, if she interferes wrong, there might be a death coming in from that interfere. So it's kind of not looking too great for Taurus. They're all out of everything except for that 2 interfere point that I just talked about.
Sidong Chan doing a good job of cutting out the damage from Wanshini, forcing her to tag out immediately. Forces out actually a tag from Thank You side. You can bring Wu Yanmin, the summoner from the Taiwanese side, back on the field. Force Master versus Summoner is the current matchup right now.
Yeah, and the Thank You side actually looks very comfortable with a lot of resources compared to the Taurus side.
Definitely much more, but this is the wrong interrupt that we were talking about. This is where Wanshini came in at the wrong time and costed her life for basically no gain. So not the best interfere we've seen in a while.
Yeah, but you know, this actually happened quite a lot this time in Worlds. Like, you know, they wanted to help out and interfere in. We've seen that a lot in the Korea finals as well. And this actually is moving on, and it actually happened in Worlds.
There you go, the cat trying to stun him out, and Zhang Wensheng.
The
cat really doing the heavy carry there, putting him with the stun. Got him on that damage potential coming from the Summoner, and Wu Yanmin finishes his job and tags out to Yahweh. Trying to look for the finish onto the Destroyer. Like we said, Destroyer finishing a 1v3. Very unlikely, but
Litziang is going to try his best because he's at full health still, you know, maybe there's hope.
And he doesn't even have the Fury Bill, so even the damage potential is not as there. Would want it.
See, the thing is, if Thank You side, maybe, you know, we're depleted out of all their tag and interfere points and the Destroyer were to do just 1v1v1s, like just 1 by 1, maybe, just maybe it's possible. But, you know, with Thank You having so much resource points still left over, it's going to be very hard for Litziang to do a 1v3.
I really look at it there because Litziang, every time he does go for an offensive effort, they can just interfere defensively, and even the Blade Master can do enough of a defensive effort to protect his teammate Sidong Chan. So there's really no way for Litziang to pull up and finish it. This is the kind of the maybe a little bit unfortunate of how Blade and Soul works in the tag, where sometimes there's just so little chance that we can expect some kind of a miracle to happen.
That would be a good backstep out. Oh, persistence is proc. Typhoon.
Hey, but Sidong Chan is not worried though. He has 2 tag points and he can use them anytime. So,
alright, pulls him in. That thing again.
Just stalling time at this moment, really. Nothing significant is happening towards the 2 Destroyers. Iron Plating once again.
The Destroyer mirror is just going back and forth, and the health is not going down.
Because they're so tanky and do very little damage. Obviously a very slow-paced game in terms of damage charts going through, but
there we go. With the offensive interfere, actually did some damage.
And when you get a little bit of interfere offensively, he got that one from Yahweh. An offensive effort to cut off some health from Litziang. In the end, it's just going to be back and forth action, but all in all, 1 minute is going to be passing, so that 1 minute mark is going to indicate that everybody is going to get the interfere points back. Litziang gets his, but obviously it doesn't matter when you don't have any teammates to interfere for. So Yanmin starting to take some damage off of Litziang. Perhaps he needs to be a little more cautious. He does have the interfere options from his teammates, but he just tries to finishing him off by himself. So single-handedly is what he's really wanting there.
The cat is annoying. This is what happens when you're versing a summoner as a destroyer. You better, if you're gonna grapple someone, you better have that Ember Stomp down.
And just the poking is enough to finish out Litziang, and Taurus, they're down 2 points already. Now it's gonna be 3-1. Favor Thank You 9-5-7. So going towards game 4 now. We talked about that 2 points garnered in game 3. Plays a big part. Best of 7s, and this team 2 points behind now. They have to keep their mentality up and try to go for an effort. Exert them last minute superpower to really stay in this series. That's the thing they really need to do for Taurus.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like since neither side has a Warlock or a solid or an Assassin, the game, it just overall seems more slow-paced, even though it just seems like they're attacking at each other. Like, for example, the Destroyers. The 2 Destroyers are going super aggressive, if you notice, but it's just the health bars that are not going down because, you know, the lack of Assassins or Warlock these days is actually the reason why they're considered the meta.
Yeah. And the constant damage dealing is the kind of the key word there, because when you have the summoner on both sides, they can deal so much damage. But it's only when the opportunity is given to you. But when the opportunity isn't there, I mean, there's not much damage going on either side. And saw an example of that. I mean, Wanshini, she even got knocked up as the first person coming for that wrong interfere right there, as we see on that screen. But you don't even have a summoner and you're left with a Force Master and a Destroyer. Damage output,
Yeah. Maybe if it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be great.
You thought for a second.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to make it work, but you know, it's not really gonna work.
I mean, at least they need a Warlock or an Assassin. That's the more reliable damage dealers. The output that can be more consistent than what a summoner can do with a burst damage that it really is depending on. So let's see set 4. Who's it gonna bring though? Oh, it's gonna be actually a summoner. Summoner mirror match.
Oh, summoner mirror.
When do we get to see this? I mean, I haven't seen it once. I haven't seen it once in my entire year of 2017 in Korea. So, because there are 2 summoners that could face off with each other. So,
Yoon Jae-jung and Min Jung-ho, but they've never played summoner mirrors in singles because Yoon Jae-jung's only been playing the Warlock.
Exactly. So, Wanshini, the last remaining female player, is going to be on the summoner. With Woo Yan-bin, who's been doing the better summoner, to be fair, compared to the both sides. So he's going to be on the summoner as well. So it's going to be a summoner mirror match. 4 cats is going to be involved, with the 2 summoners being cats also, where Tourist and Thank You 9527 will be up in the summoner mirror match. Stay on. Again. Probably once in a lifetime opportunity to see a summoner mirror match. To get it here, Wanshini aside from Tourist. Woo Yan-bin
grasping roots.
But Wanshini takes the first deal of effort. Had to use the escape to get out of there, but she doesn't have it. If there's an additional threat coming in from Woo Yan-bin, it would be an end for Wanshini there.
And she's taking more damage, and she's unable to do anything. And
oh goodness, it's gonna be over.
So low already.
15 seconds left. I mean, she's healing up, but it's very minor when we're talking about the relative terms. But Woo Yan-bin,
very straightforward. Yeah, very straightforward. There's nothing to talk about. It's just Thank You's summoner just was able to get rid of the Taurus summoners. Cat escape, and you know, after that the cat is gonna start to annoy you, and the Super Sunflower with the ranged attack is gonna annoy you, and it just Thank You had the better edge after getting rid of the first escape.
I mean, like we've been talking about, right? You know, throughout this series, is that there you see on the screen Wanshini. I mean, it's good of her that she did make World 2017 as one of the female players left available, but I mean, to be honest, she hasn't performed even one game where she made a significant contribution towards a victory for her team. But we thought we would get it at least one time before if she is eliminated by the end of today, that we would at least see it once. But
you almost assumed.
Another disappointment, really, from Wanshini against the counterpart summoner we saw from Thank You with Woo Yan-bin, who has been playing a lot more consistently throughout. So be very important to see whether Woo Yan-bin, if he does make it to the next stages, whether he'll be able to continue this streak of reliving that summoner legendary status. We'll be finding out, but the next single, the last single of the series actually, is going to be happening very, very shortly. We're going to see who Woo Yan-bin is going to be making a re-entrance into the arena. It's going to be against Zhang Wencheng, who did win out against his enemy Destroyer.
Yeah, right now the current score is Thank You has 4 points, Taurus has 1. if Taurus loses again to Thank You, this will be, you know, if they lose out, it's gonna be 2 losses in a row to Taiwanese teams, and you know that's gonna get a scratch on their pride, and they don't want that. That's why they are sending out the Force Master, who is probably the most solid and stable player on this team yet.
Probably the most reliable player for the side of Tourist has been Zhang Wencheng on that Force Master, and be up against Wu Yanbin on the Summoner, who has been on fire of being very consistent in the performance. Let's see whether Wu Yanbin can do it again, get us to a 5-1 scoreline for Thank You, and find out later on. Here we go, getting right away with the last single of the series before we do move on to the eventual Game 6. It will be happening. Zhang Wencheng on the Force Master, he has won a game. The first single that he did face out against his enemy destroyer, Tudong Chan. He back up onto that Force
the cat
Master.
is on top of you, and that is never a good sign.
Zhang Wencheng really needs to get out of there, get away from the cat as much as you can. He does take the second win. It's still available if he wants to use it. Wu Yanbin, good job of harassing his opponent. Just get him down. The double knockdown is happening, yeah?
Alright, he's gonna start with that impact.
Oh, Zhang Wencheng is showing definitely a different composure compared to Wan Shini, former summoner who did lose out against Wu Yanbin.
Yep.
So,
oh, it's not looking good. The summoner is out of escape, and same goes for the Force Master as well.
who makes the initial strike after this is going to be the crucial winner here. Wu Yanbin does heal back for a little bit.
Oh, there we go. Back steps out, keeping his distance. They're both stunned. Pretty slow pace now because they're both out of escapes. They were playing it super cautiously now, but the cat doesn't care.
And it's fair to say that, you know, they want to take this carefully and make sure they don't make any mistakes. But Zhang Wencheng, crucial heal up from that mistaken strike onto the frozen part of the Force Master, which will be a heavy disadvantage over to Wu Yanbin unless he can stick around for 1 minute and 30 seconds, in which he might get the victory off of the damage chart.
Alright, freezes him again, and the summoner's out of his escape once again.
Now this needs to be Zhang Wencheng. Now that he has his full health back, he needs to go in with aggression and try to finish Wu Yanbin off before the timer runs out, because if it does go to TKO, there's a chance that Zhang Wencheng does lose out in terms of the damage, so he needs to go in aggressively with all the HP advantage that he does have over his opponent.
Alright, there we go with the aerial. Alright, this time around the Force Master is probably going to end up using...
Okay, another poke coming in for Zhang Wencheng.
Oh, very close.
Very close. 50 seconds is what he has to beat him up. The Meteor is just barely not going to finish him. So, second win being gone for Zhang Wencheng. Wu Yanbin still has a back step available. So,
heals up a little bit.
Now this is very good for Wu Yanbin. If he can just stick around for this, there's no way he's going to lose out on the damage chart. There's so much healing that has been done from Zhang Wencheng. So, in terms of damage, there's no way that Wu Yanbin will fall behind. So.
Alright, Wu Yanbin actually has a chance right now because, you know, the Force Master is out of both escapes, only has the retreat.
And still has to go for it though. Zhang Wencheng. Yeah, Zhang Wencheng, knowing his situation, he has to go for the kill here. Even the cat, he has to ignore it. Just go for the summoner in this last 13 seconds. He does have very little HP, so the only way to win is to kill off to Wu Yanbin, but Wu Yanbin heals back a little bit more. So 5 seconds is all he has left.
Oh, the cat gets the aerial!
And this will be the end.
Finish him off!
But it doesn't matter, even if it doesn't. And he does finish him off. Just a KO conventionally. And doesn't really need the TKO to confirm his win. And Wu Yanbin, a 5-1 scoreline now for Thank You 9527. And he looks very, very confused because Zhang Wencheng, he would have had it in the bag with so much healing that was done.
Yeah.
I think he should have just went in without fear and went in for the aggression and go for all the damage. And this is because just killing off Wu Yanbin would have been the answer to his win.
Yeah, this matchup just now, this Summoner versus Force Master, I'm gonna have to say it was the cat carrying the Summoner, because the cat did so much work, obviously, you know, but the cat did so much work with that aerial at the crucial point at the end when there was literally maybe 4 to 5 seconds, and that gave that plus, that gave that oomph for that Summoner to finish that Force Master off.
Really, the cat, the heavy lifting, for such a lightweight champion that it is. really helping out.
Yeah, so look at this. 1 minute left and Summoner is so low on health because the Force Master has healed up so much.
Yeah. This is when Zhang Wensheng had 1 minute to finish that much HP off. So it wasn't a difficult task. If you just went in a little more aggression, I think we would have done it. But
the Summoner did heal up a little bit. But yeah, like you said, like it was very low.
So he should have done it. But I think, I mean, whether he done it or not, I think he should at least went in and made an effort to finish him up. But he didn't even do that. That was the problem I saw for Zhang Wensheng, and I think that if he looks back at the VOD and looks at the replay, I think he would hit himself in the back of the head, really. Just really thought differently if he had the chance to do it also again.
Yep, and now we are moving up to set 6, potentially the last matchup, unless a tourist from China takes this win away from Thank You. It will be a 7-1 victory for Thank You.
And right now, the only way tourists can win now is to win all the remaining 2 matches that it is available in this series. Winning in this match currently is 5-1. We'll get them into a 5-3 situation, and winning out set 7, we'll get them into a 6-5 victory. Which is exactly what they want, but really tough to do that when you're also behind in terms of scoreline. So going to go on to set 6 probably very soon, and we do have the change in the music. We're going to go on to game 6 between Tourist and Thank You 9527 to see whether Thank You from Taiwan be able to finish up the Chinese team once again for a 2-0 Taiwan victory. Let's find out. Stay on. As you did mention, ending, it's about Taiwan versus China. That's being represented here in World 2017. Currently, Tourist has lost to a Chinese team, to a Taiwanese team already. So losing to Thank You 9527 again will be a 0-2 record line. In terms of China versus Taiwan.
Well, that is true, and now we have the 2 Destroyer mirror match once again. We've seen this before. They go all out and they just heal up again, and damage output is very low.
Yeah, they're really dependent on those offensive interferers, especially for the Summoners to deal a lot of damage. This is what they're relying on. It's not really about the Destroyers putting damage onto each other.
Alright, everybody's done.
Okay, there we go. Wang Shini comes in for that interfere to put some damage. Look at that.
Both the Destroyers are out of Persistence and Gust. They're just going all out right now, and look at the health bar. It's not going down.
But definitely, like you mentioned, I think solo kill is not bound to happen between a 1v1 Destroyer situation. So the reliance on your interfere from your teammates to make that damage count while you as the Destroyer create that opportunity to be possible.
Exactly, and right now, Thank You is just going all out as the Destroyer, doing some damage.
Yeah, and it's going to be a reaction 2v2 with the Blade Master. And also, Force Master as well, coming from both sides now. It's going to be the first tag point being used. Wu Yanbin on the Summoner is now onto the field. Trying to just single-handedly take down the Destroyer by poking it down. The cat is also annoying the heck out of it.
Yep, and 10 seconds, but he decides to tag out rather than wait for that force tag.
Perhaps that was a good decision to go out with the lack of resources you did have available. So Zhang Wensheng really had a hard time against Wu Yanbin last time he faced him. So he's going to have to look for a new solution to go up against this player from Taiwan. But Zhang Wensheng very frustrated last time when he was bothered by the cat and really couldn't finish him off, even with such a slim HP that Wu Yanbin had available. Zhang Wensheng couldn't finish him off. He really wants to do it this time.
Yeah, but he's already getting annoyed by the cat, and that interfere coming in, reactionary 2v2. The cat is actually taking so much damage if you see the health bar on the bottom left. The cat is almost dead on the tourist side just from that interfere.
Look at Wu Yanbin's cat, so healthy, while as Wang Shini's cat is so sick and so
very sick,
hurt. And poor cat. Feels bad, man, right there.
Feels bad. And, you know, the Blade Master comes in already out of second wind. And this Force Master, as I was just saying, uses that second wind as well.
Yep.
Just trading second winds is normal. But there we go with the reactionary 2v2.
Xia Wei is going to be out on the field, trying to rival the situation again. Zhang Wensheng, which he does effectively enough, and forces out the tag back over to Li Ziyang.
not going to send out Wan Xini quite yet onto the field. I think they're just trying to utilize her as a more of a interfere tool, but she has more interfere points left available until that 3-minute mark comes through.
Yeah, she's actually been interfering quite often to help out and to heal up her teammates. So I guess she has been doing an okay job as a support, but now soon she's the only one with 2 tag points. Sooner or later she has to come out.
And she's the only one with really consistent damage, so if you want some burst damage that can come up for your opponents, you have to rely on Wan Xini to really get that done on that summoner. So without the interfere, either you're gonna have to send her out with the tag point, but
defensive interference coming in, gets pulled in by the Blade Master.
Xiaowei,
Super close.
whether he'll be able to
There we
finish
go.
up. Now Wan Xini finally makes her appearance onto the field.
Yep, summoner mirror match, and we saw how
And
this went
poor
down last
cat,
time.
Poor kitty, very little HP.
Yeah,
Now Wan
she's healing up the
Xini
cat.
heals her up, and good though.
Alright, the Blade Master comes out again. That offensive interfere is useless because of that iron plating.
Definitely, yeah. And Xiaowei really going for it all. Blade Master going for Wan Xini. Going for the cat first.
Well, she is actually trying to do some damage.
Those particles missing every time though. That's the problem here. Wan Xini hasn't been very accurate on those particles going through. Projectiles really haven't been connecting.
There we go. As long as the cat can get that, grapple just once, it'll create her opportunity. But there we go with the knockdown.
Okay, Xiaowei still saves all of the escape and still manages to escape that situation. So Wan Xini really needs to have a sure situation where damage output is a possibility, but it's just so hard. Once again, she does go back out without being able to do much for her team. Now Zanwensheng is back onto the field. Does a little damage to Xiaowei though.
Yep, and he decides to tag out, and now the Destroyer is the only one with the tag point on the thank you side.
Yeah. Sudong Shan, he did lose out the first time he faced him. And that might have been the reason for it. He wasn't back up to full health once again. Sudong Shan, he did lose out in the singles we saw earlier in parts of the series against Zhang Wensheng. So yeah, it was a little revenge, even though they're comfortably ahead. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, well, this time around, compared to the first set 3 tag match, this is very close. The first tag match was actually kind of one-sided, where Taurus could not manage any resource points, but this time around, it's pretty even. Right now, Taurus actually has the advantage of resource points.
It's true, and so much damage being dealt in terms of Li Xiang coming in for the interfere along with Zhang Wenchang. Doing a lot of damage on that, but Xiaowei comes back onto the field. Be a little bit of the hero and do some damage. We haven't seen significant damage dealt from the side of Thank You so far. Not enough to really threaten the other side. Second knockup. Oh, it doesn't happen.
Yep, he missed the timing, but still it's okay because Xiaowei, the Taurus, they don't have any tag points, so they always have to wait out until the force tag. So there we go with the blazing wall again. He likes this. He likes this blazing wall.
Very different use of the. Now this is a very typical use of the Force Master where he goes for the wall bang.
Yep.
Xiaowei heals back a little bit.
We go 1 second onto that force tag.
Absolutely no resource points in terms of Xiaowei and the rest of Thank You 9527. He has the interfere points, but it doesn't matter when you're the one out on the field. So Summoner.
She's doing work this time around.
Wan Xini finally is doing something for her team. And that's going to be first kill Wan Xini in this entire tournament.
What is going on? Now they're coming back. They are coming back. It's 5-2-1.
And like we keep mentioning, a 2 consecutive win in this series will get the tourists the win they need to get that second place spot. So it's not completely over yet, especially with this tag match being so even and a little bit ahead towards the tourist side now with 1 man down for Thank You.
Yeah, and Ziyang, the Destroyer, has no tag points. He might just get knocked out.
Oh
no, it's evened up. Right when it was 3-1, they tie it up, making it 2v2.
Definitely, and Zhang Wenchang back out onto the field. And he's done all right for the singles, but in terms of tag, not much has been done by this Force Master. He needs to do a lot more than that.
The Force Master actually is more comfortable because he has that tag point,
whereas
Wu
Yanbin taking a lot of damage.
Does not have any tag points, so he has to endure for another 50 seconds until that force tag.
Zhang Wenchang somehow feeling a lot more comfortable than he was the previous time that he did meet out Wu Yanbin.
Look at that Super Sunflower coming at us.
Yeah.
I don't want it to hit me.
Yeah, that was some 3D stuff right there.
That's what Blade&soul is all about, 3D action, and Woo-Yanbin taking that 3D action to his face, taking a lot of damage from Zhang Wensheng. No way for Woo-Yanbin to tag out. He has to wait that 20 seconds for that force tag.
He does land that smash before that interfere ends.
Okay, so this is a very cautious situation from Woo-Yanbin. He doesn't have that tab escape available. Oh, he does heal back a little bit for Zhang Wensheng in that frozen state. He did a good job of really trapping that damage when he is frozen to get that heal back. So Zhang Wensheng, good, effective use of that. So finally gets the free tag on. Sudong Shan be the one of the last men standing for the side of thank you.
Yep, 18 seconds until they get one more interfere point back. Woo-Yanbin will have 2 interferes, so maybe if this destroyer on top of that Ember Stomp makes or creates an opportunity, the summoner might come in and do some damage.
And as we keep saying that, there's only 1 minute left in the game, so this might go to the TKO. But the confusing part of this is that they do have 2 summoners, and only the difference maker is the Force Master Zhang Wensheng, who has healed up in many occasions. So will thank you be upping towards in terms of damage chart? We'll have to find out later, but as we say that, Wan Chunyi dealing much more damage onto her opponent. So finally, after day 2, finally finding her form now.
Yep, doing some work, and she is actually landing that Super Sunflower.
Oh! Sudong Shan will be able to survive.
Wow, that summoner interference.
Very, very close. That was crucial. But it actually might be on the other end. It will be Wan Chunyi going down. She survives for now. So Zhang Wensheng does have the interfere available. He wants to use it at the most crucial time to get off a kill. Maybe on Sudong Shan now. He has to stay still for the next 30 seconds until he is force tagged out. So 10 seconds. This is going to be the end of it. Zhang Wensheng has to use really the interfere now to get in as much damage as he can before the game ends. Doesn't use it. So this might be the 2v2 going on. Zhang Wensheng.
Wow! Woo-Yanbin gets that kill at the end, and like you said, they do have the summoner. This is not looking good for Taurus.
Wait, the Force Master didn't even use the interfere.
There was probably a cooldown, yeah. There was a cooldown.
Oh
my goodness. Thank you, gets the victory.
20,000 difference.
That is very close.
Very, very close, and that's what I kept mentioning. Maybe it was on cooldown, like you said, with the interfere, but
there is interfere cooldown and tag cooldown.
But what I'm trying to say is, if it wasn't a cooldown and Zhang Wensheng could have had the opportunity to come in and put more damage before the timer had run out, perhaps that 20,000 difference would have been minimal. It might have gone to Taurus to give their entire side just another opportunity to get this, but.
I'm giving Taurus the benefit of the doubt, and that thinking that they knew they had the interfere point, but they just couldn't do it because of the cooldown. But either way, that was a very close game indeed, but unfortunately for Taurus, they will be eliminated from this tournament.
It is so unfortunate to see that. The fact that Wan Chunyi, she hasn't performed at all throughout the 2 days that we've seen her into Worlds 2017. But finally, in Game 6 of Day 2, finally she starts turning it on, but her team's eliminated.
Yeah, she was turning it on.
There's no more chances for her to show her strats.
I like how you described that she was turning it on.
It really was. I mean, because
she was doing a great job now, and it just seems like she's just gotten used to this offline tournament, being held in Korea. But unfortunately for her, like you said, now her team is eliminated.
There's no more chances for her to really show what she's really made of. The only thing people remember are pretty much the disappointments that she has shown throughout the tournament. I mean, all the credits cannot be taken to her. I mean, you have to be able to perform as a team with all 3 members doing a good enough job to get you advanced to the next days ahead. But Taurus cannot get it done now. China already losing 2 teams in Worlds 2017. The only team left available is Sky, the first C team that has been already qualified to the quarterfinals. But other than that, 2 Chinese teams have already been eliminated already in Day 2 of Worlds 2017. So don't know what to expect with Sky, but we'll find out once we get to the Saturday quarterfinals begin. Let me go into a short break. We're going to be back with Group B second place match to see whether Guardian or Noonsan Fan Club will be able to pick up that notorious second place. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
전 세계 최정상 선수들의 우열을 가리기 힘든 공방전 블레이드&소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십 결승까지 쉴 틈 없이 진행되는 각 나라 대표 선수들의 자존심 대결. 왕좌에 오르기 위한 멈출 수 없는 추격이 시작된다. 블레이드&소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십.
오늘 준비된 직업군가 선수 바로 주술사와 한준호 선수입니다. 예.
오늘은 저번처럼 안 당하려고.
아 그래요?
마음을 단단히 먹고 왔다.
네.
오. 그리고 오늘 혹시 줌 됩니까? 한준호 선수 줌 쫙 한번 들어주세요. 끝까지 쫙 한번.
오.
이거 약간 박진영 스타일이거든요.
이거 커스터마이징에 있는 헤어 같은데.
네. 주술사가 가지고 있는 이 태그 매치에서의 역할. 이 주술사는 도대체 태그 매치에서 뭐 하는 역할을 하는 거야?
일단은 지금 주술사는 화력이죠.
화력이디오?
화력.
딜.
화력이디오.
네, 화력이고요.
네.
네, 이구.
그리고 이제 우리 팀을 스킬을 초기화해주는 이제 잠깐만요. 사룡새도만 생각하고 있어.
이거.
어쨌든 시간 왜곡과 그리고 그 나머지 공중 콤보 같은 것들을 이용을 한 데미지 딜링이 주 역할이다.
네.
뭐 이렇게 봐야 되는 거죠?
네.
뭐 그거 말고는 따로 역할이 없습니까? 그것만 잘하면 돼요?
네, 그것만 잘하면 돼요.
간단하네요.
네. 이게
네.
대표적으로 이제 저희 팀원을 살리기 위해서는 이제 항마진 스킬이라고.
그렇죠?
저희 팀원이 타겟팅이 안 잡히게 하는 스킬이 있고. 근데 주술사의 그 항마진의 단점은 공중에 있을 때 적용이 안 된다는 점.
그렇죠.
또 하나를 들자면 진압, 미는 스킬이잖아요.
그렇죠. 진압이 어떻게 보면은 좀 명장면을
그렇죠.
좀 많이 만들었어요.
그렇죠.
진압으로 인해서 이제 상대방이 공격하고 있는 걸 밀어내서 우리 팀에 잠깐 1, 2초라도 살릴 수만 있으면은 도망갈 시간을 줄 수 있으니까 그런 식으로 이제 파티원들을 보호를 해줘요. 대부분 주술사들은 암흑을 많이 쓰죠.
네.
저항을 많이 쓰는 이유가 상태 이상 스킬이 많은 직업이 아니에요.
네.
그렇기 때문에 한 번에 공격을 하고 이제 한 번을 버티는 식으로 게임을 플레이하기 때문에 이 저항이라는 스킬을 빼게 되면은 방어적으로 할 수 있는 플레이가 좀 더 줄어들죠.
한준호 선수가 이제 기본적으로 주술사 비물을 하려면 요 정도 무공 연계는 알아야 한다. 요거를 좀 이렇게 알려줄 건데요.
네.
혹시 실패하시면 눈썹 한쪽 지울 수 있냐고.
에이,
그러시는데.
설마. 지금
뭐,
실제
아니-
눈썹 아니었어요?
예?
그냥 여쭤본 거예요.
네. 갈게요.
네,
네.
가시죠.
이거 띄우고.
셋. 아니 실패는 할 수 있죠.
가시죠. 둘, 셋. 둘, 셋.
아니에요.
잠깐만.
하나, 둘.
물티슈 주세요.
상대방이 공격을 해왔을 때 대체를 하는 방법에 대한 콤보를
제일 좋은 게 뭐냐면 마령이 있을 때가 대부분 많기 때문에 이렇게 뛰었어요. 그럼 호출을 하고 이렇게 도망가면 빠르죠.
그렇죠.
호출을 하고
화면 아예 돌려서.
네, 화면을 돌려야 되는 이유는 상대가 뒤에서 어떻게 따라오나 그걸 보기 위해서.
결계 쓰면 묶이고 안 뜨는 이유가 뭐죠? 라고 이렇게 질문을 해주셨는데
제가 아까
뭔가 비트 같은
기본적인
느낌이 있을 수
콤보에서
네.
경계배기하고 우자우라고 했잖아요.
우자우.
네. 수라, 흑염룡, 수라하고 띄우셔야 돼요.
그쵸.
여기서 흑염룡
우자우파
그렇죠.
네,
네.
그런
우자우
느낌이에요.
결계. 다 이제 해서
네.
공중까지.
우자 하면은 늦었어요.
우자 하면 안 되군요.
우자고 할게요.
우자우 딱.
좋았다.
그렇죠.
느낌이 있었다. 역사의 산 증인 최성재 모셔보겠습니다.
뭐 다들 아시겠지만 뭐 세계적인 역사 최성진 인사 올리겠습니다. 반갑습니다. 저는 사실상 쿨 계산 이 앞에 있는 한준호 선수처럼 계산 같은 거 안 합니다. 계산 같은 거 없이 그냥 제 느낌 오는 대로 하는 겁니다. 진짜입니다. 저는 저 믿고 생각하시고 오시면 됩니다.
준비하신 좀 이렇게 콤보를 한번
네.
설명을 해주시면서.
이 지진이라는 기절은 3초기 때문에
네.
평탑하게 평까지 들어가는 겁니다.
평타파괴, 평타파괴,
평타파괴,
평타파괴,
평파 3회
7대.
7대네요.
정확하게 들어가면
그렇죠.
7대.
네.
평파 3회 평타까지
자,
한 번
한번
더 해서
해보겠습니다, 일단.
네.
오케이.
셋, 넷,
우와! 기가 막 깔끔하다. 깔끔하다.
맞죠?
와, 이거
다르지
깔끔했어요.
않습니까?
오,
다르지 않습니까?
역시 월드 디스트로이어.
잠시만요.
네.
평파 3번이라고 하셨는데 4번 하셨어요.
그래요?
네.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다
하나, 둘,
7번
셋,
아니었나요?
넷, 다요 7번.
다시 한번 해보세요.
잘 보십시오, 형님.
네.
진짜?
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 평타.
맞네요. 이게 평타파괴, 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 평타.
자,
이게
여러분
맞거든요.
잘 기억하시죠. 3초 기절에는 평파 4회에 평타
맞아요,
한 방
맞아요.
더까지 총 9방이 들어가는 겁니다.
9번이 들어갔던
7번이 아니에요.
네.
다음 거 보여주시죠.
그럼 일단은 지진하고 격돌까지 한번 보여드리겠습니다.
알겠습니다. 지진의
완벽하고.
격돌까지.
맞죠, 이게? 정확합니까?
정확하진 않았던 게
네.
이게 사실상 기절이 뜨면 안 되고 연장 시에는 기절 문구가 안 뜨거든요.
아니지요. 이 참 모르는 소리 하는데 역사를 진짜 1도 모릅니다. 이게 진짜 0.1초의 칼 타이밍. 이 기공사 유저라 잘 모르시는 것 같은데 이게 지진과 격돌은 진짜 칼 같은 타이밍이 필요하고
알겠습니다.
이런 게 필요합니다.
Hey everyone, the 2017 Blade & Soul World Championship. We're back with day 2, continue on with the part 2 of our broadcast. We've just finished the Group A second placement match, and we're going to go on to Group B to see who gets the second place from that. We're going to be having Guardian versus Noonsang Fan Club from Japan. It's going to be NA putting out their efforts to see whether they can defeat the Japanese side. A very strong one, I have to say, with Noonsang Fan Club being that formidable team that we always remember them from previous Worlds, but they're back again, but they're up against Guardian, whether Guardian from North America will be able to exert that force to make it into the next round to have that second place qualifier.
Yeah, and from Noonsang Fan Club, I'm actually very excited to see Koichi Hirota, if you guys remember, the Destroyer from Noonsang Fan Club, going crazy aggressive. Yeah, we've seen some aggressive Destroyers, but this guy
tops it all.
Yeah, he tops it all. He just goes in all out, and he doesn't even have the Fury build.
He doesn't have the
Yeah.
Fury build, but he plays it like a Fury build.
Yeah, and he does the damage output like a Fury
It's true,
build
it's
too.
true.
It's just amazing. Like yesterday, it was crazy. He was just, that's all I remember from that from this team.
I mean, he only lost the most important game 4 from day 1,
he did
mostly
lose it.
because he was playing like the Fury build, but he actually did play the Fury build. He put that into his skill set, and which caused so many defensive lacking, which allowed him to go down immediately, which was very surprising loss for Noonsang Fan Club. We thought they would at least make it to the winner's match of day 2, but somehow they're back here. Somehow made it into this day 2 in the second half of our broadcast, which is the second place match. These times, they're up against Guardian.
And this is a rematch. This is not the first time around when Guardian versus Noonsang Fan Club happened. Yesterday, Guardian actually sent Noonsang Fan Club to the losers bracket, making them fight their way back up. So this is a rematch.
First time around, we're talking about
There you go. You see the players on the pictures.
Yep.
Shown here at the Bears, as you're very aware of. You also see Fate right there as well. See the Warlock also being there as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether Guardian do it again.
Yep.
We're pretty fortunate the last time around when Noonsan Fan Club sent out the Destroyer Koichi Hirota on that Fury build, which gave a very squishy Destroyer to kill, which they were very successful in doing that. So this time around, they want to do the same thing. Maybe Noonsan Fan Club will have a different strategy that Guardian has to be careful for, but we'll be finding out starting game 1 very soon.
Yep, like I said, that's all I remember from, like, yes, I do know Tatsuki Mizuno and I do know Satoshi Sekimoto. They are all formidable and they have participated in Worlds in the previous years as well. That's how I remember. It's just that the most recent game, which was yesterday with Noonsan Fan Club, Koichi Hirota's Destroyer just left the mark in my mind.
Yeah.
Even though, like you said, he did lose one of those critical moments with the Fury build. Maybe he got a little carried away, but I hope that he, he prepared himself for another day, and he won't make the same mistake twice.
And there you go. See the introduction for Noonsan Fan Club, the premier team from Japan. They have qualified as the first seed from that region. Yep, Tatsuki Mizuno, Satoshi Sekimoto, and Koichi Hirota. Very familiar names. You've seen these guys in previous World Championship tournaments. So here they are back again in 2017 Worlds. Make a name for themselves once again, but they're in a little bit of a tough spot. They had to win from the losers match just to get to the second placement match. So even after this, they're not automatically in the quarterfinals. They have to play a few matches tomorrow if they were to win. So tough road for these guys, but not the best situation for them. But they have to take one step at a time to really secure them in the position they want to be in.
Yeah, and now on screen we get to see Guardian once again, and I hope, they have recovered from the loss. And, Vape was going crazy also, if you remember, as a Destroyer, and he was going all out, coming out back-to-back, trying to redeem himself. Unfortunately, it didn't play out the way he wanted, but I hope, there was a long period of rest, and I hope they could come back, and we'll see if Noonsan Fan Club will be the winner or Guardian from NA will be the winners.
Now, as you know, Guardian did play in the early parts of today, and they have earned a little bit of fatigue by playing in one series already. They're back again. Whether that fatigue will hit them, they did have a long time to get some good rest before coming on to the second match they face in day 2. But regardless of that, they're up against a very strong club. Noonsan Fan Club is their name from Japan. Yeah. As you've already heard from them before, be very, very strong opposition for these guys. So, Guardian, even though they beat them the first time, they still have to keep their mentality strong and keep their toes on tight.
Exactly.
Make sure they get a win this time once again.
Yeah, they don't eat just because they have beat a team before. They cannot underestimate them because the losing team obviously is gonna prepare to counter what to the team that they lost. And now on screen we see for our first set, Tatsuki Mizuno.
It's gonna be first one up. We haven't seen him that much. Yeah, but we haven't seen Tatsuki Mizuno come out for the singles very much in yesterday's matches that we did see. I mean, we played one match at the first best of 4 and the losers match. I don't think I remember seeing Tatsuki Mizuno very much. It was mostly about Koichi Hirota trying to make just an anger game, really just a frustration game, trying to come back at game after game to make a redeem for himself. But other than that, Tatsuki Mizuno is going to be out on the field. It's going to be up against Akini from Guardian, and that's going to be the player he's going to be up against. So, like I said, Warlock vs. Summer coming up.
Yep, and you just said Tatsuki Mizuno. We didn't get to see him recently like yesterday that much, but I do remember him playing singles last year in Worlds, and he performed pretty well.
We're going to go on to game 1 between Guardian and Noonsan Fan Club. See who gets that first win. It's a rematch from day 1. Day 2 action will be on your way. Let's get it on. We'll have Aikini from Guardian go up against Tatsuki Mizuno from the side of Noonsan Fan Club. Remember, from day 1, Guardian did get a win out of those 4 full sets for the best of 4 last time around. So they would like to do it again, but say, Newtown Fan Club is a very difficult team to overcome.
Go with the time distortion. This Aikini is trying to make something out of this, and Tatsuki Mizuno runs out with that escape.
Yeah, that escape is gone for Tatsuki Mizuno, and really this is Aikini's turn. Go for the aggression. He does have the familiar out. Whether he's going to use that or the damage output, he's going to find out.
Yeah, the cat is actually very annoying.
Okay.
Oh, but he got that aerial going.
Whoa, the first series of damage is a lot of damage towards the summoner. Now Tatsuki Mizuno in a very dangerous situation.
Oh.
Wow. Clean. Before the cooldown even comes back, Tatsuki Mizuno is finished off with a second series of strike coming in from Akini from Guardian, and they're already up 1-0. Those cat ears and those whiskers aren't helping out too much. And now Newtown Fan Club has to look for a realistic help rather than those artificial cat ears that he's wearing.
Yeah, and you guys saw right after that victory, Aikini looked very happy, and you know, from losing early on today, like you mentioned, to XDD, the EU team, you know, it looked like they were kind of down, but it seems like they are slowly getting their confidence back. And you know, for Newtown Fan Club, he looks a little disappointed, but this is just the first match out of the best out of 7, so it's okay.
Now that first series of damage we did see come through from Aikini, but before that cooldown you see on the bottom right, before it even runs out, he just finishes home. So there's no way for him to escape any type of pressure coming through. But it was mostly the poke damage that really came through for the side of Aikini, and really Summoner, when you don't have the harass on your opponent, there's not much you can do.
Yep, and we see smiles on Guardian's side. Let's see if they are able to keep that smile going for the rest of this match, best out of 7. And you know, let's see who is up next. It just seems like, you know, we have Satoshi Sekimoto crossing his arms, Tatsuki Mizuno just playing. So it seems like Koichi Hirota is up.
None other than the Fury Man himself. Koichi Hirota is most likely going to be on the field. We see the Bears on the screen, so he might be out. Also, it can be Assassin versus Destroyer. We usually say the Assassin has the edge here. Oh, actually, the Bears is going for KFM.
Oh, is this an error?
No, he does have it registered.
Okay.
He does have it registered as one of the classes that he can play. So the Bears are bringing out the classic now. With the KFM against the Destroyer. We usually like to see him go with the Assassin against the Destroyer. That is a usual, typical matchup when you go against that. But the difference here, it is Koichi Hirota's Destroyer. It's a very different beast that you're dealing with.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm very surprised that you know, the Bears actually brought out the KFM. Yes, we know it's his secondary, but I always see him very comfortably picking the Assassin during tournaments. But you know, we'll have to see how well he plays the KFM.
It's still a very undiscovered pick when it comes to our observation and our knowledge of the Bears. We've seen him very comfortably handling his opponents with the Assassin, but we're talking about just yesterday and today's performance as well. He hasn't been great on the Assassin the many times he played. I think his other two teammates have been stepping it up, really helping him out for the lack of performance that the Bears has shown individually. So changing it up a little bit, KFM, at least for the solo part. Singles, he's going to bring it out against Koichi Hirota's scary Destroyer. So this is the only Destroyer that really lives up to its name. It literally destroys people. Yeah,
he does, Koichi Hirota. I don't know. We'll have to see if he's gonna try to, you know, make a name for himself as the Destroyer of Japan. And you know, the Bears bringing out KFM. We'll see if he's able to counter that crazy Destroyer and tame the Destroyer and take a win for his team.
For KFM, we know the characteristic is that it's not really a consistent damage dealer, but in contrast, when you do get one opportunity, that's all it is waiting for, and really the lack of stun on your opponent, you can get that one more stun up and you can start your series of combo, and that's going to be 100-0 instantly. It's very similar to Assassin in terms of that part, but looks like there's a little bit of malfunction that they're trying to figure out.
Looks like
the Bears computer really is trying to get something sorted out. We want to make sure everything is working before we do move on.
All right, well, we'll have to see. Oh, well, they're touching up on Koichi Hirota's computer as well. They are just, you know, making sure no, you know, no technical difficulties come out during the match. So every time, it just seems like every time we start a match, the referee check the computer and just make sure there are no weird stuff going on, no difficulties, no errors, no bugs going on.
And we want to create the most fair environment for the players that are playing, and it's very important to do that before we move on to the match. And we are done and ready to go on to game 2. Guardian is currently 1-0 up against Doomsday Fan Club, which they beat last time around. Will they be able to do it again and pick up a 2-0 lead? Find out. Get on. Now it is written in the name. I'm Nathaniel Logan.
All right.
Everybody knows him as the Bears. It's going to be up against Koichi Hirota, the literal destroyer.
Yep, the literal destroyer. Here we go. Making his way. This KFM is actually pretty tall. Taller than the destroyer. He's very tall.
He's going to get destroyed.
Oh gosh, here we go. The first series.
This is
Tab Escape is already out for the KFM. It's not looking good.
This is what we're talking about when we're talking about Koichi Hirota. This is how he plays every time.
Oh no. Not looking good. This is what happens when you're out of your one and only Tab Escape.
What a relatively tiny destroyer, just banging it out against a large Giants KFM you see on the screen.
All right, Tremor. Here we go. The 2RF combo, very long kick.
Hey, but
there we go.
Confusing as to how the action is going, but it seems that Koichi Hirota is getting more of the damage just in terms of damage. But remember, Koichi Hirota does not have the gust available, so if he gets caught by one crucial stun, doesn't even have the persistence already available either. So needs one more stun.
10 seconds until that gust comes back. There we go with the back row chase, forcing that KFM to use the Tab Escape right away, and this is not looking good for the Bears.
Oh, it's going to be starting with that wedge pummel to the head. It's going to be up for the Bears. Well, Koichi Hirota not even has his gust available, so this might be game over. Koichi Hirota picks up a win and literally destroyed his opponent once again. I mean, this guy, I can criticize him at times when he does go a little bit more hyper than when he needs to, but when he just stays at his normal level, very talented destroyer, you have to give him that.
Yeah, that, and I don't know, I blame the height of that KFM. That was too long. Like,
so much hitbox.
I think, no, I'm just kidding, but that was the tallest, I'm gonna be truthful, that was the tallest KFM I've ever seen throughout Blade and Soul history.
I mean, it was a pretty short destroyer as well. I thought he just kind of characterized it as that.
But yeah, that KFM was pretty tough. But anyways, congrats to Koichi Hirota for taking 1 point for Nusang Fan Club. Now it is tied up 1-1. We will be moving on to set 3, the tag match.
It's definitely a disappointment for the Bears. I mean, he hasn't had great results throughout World Step 17, in contrary of how he has been doing very, very well in the regional qualifiers, but his teammates have been carrying the load so far. So will they be able to do that? Or whether just the Bears, will they be stepping up right before this series does end? It's going to be a big question here, but Koichi Hirota now just making it completely even at 1-1 for Nusang Fan Club, and suddenly it's not a one-way traffic for Guardian, so both teams have to really keep their toes up and have to keep strong until the very end. Now we're going to go into game 3. Those 2 points that we always like to talk about. Yeah. It's definitely there, and it's going to be, once again, affecting either of the sides depending on who gets the win.
Exactly, the 2 points. The first tag match of the best out of 7, creating that momentum for a team to go on a winning streak. And let's see who will be the victors, who will take the first 2 points away from the others. And it will be Guardian versus Nusang Fan Club, and it seems like we are getting ready. Let's see what classes they are going to bring, and the Bear is back on the Assassin.
The Bears does go back on his comfort pick of Assassin. He wanted to go with the KFM, see how it was like. It wasn't great, to be honest. I mean, against the Destroyer, probably should have looked for a better opportunity to go in, but he was just busy, just running around, running away from that Destroyer, and really nothing else that he could have done. So going back to a little bit more of his comfort pick, whether they can step it up for game 3 will be very, very important thing for Guardian. So game 3, all the more important. Get started very, very soon.
Yeah, and I just hope they remember, you know, the feels of when they already beat Nusang Fan Club yesterday. You know, try to keep that momentum. Even if they did lose the second match, you know, they could always think and reminisce about, you know, how they played and, you know, get their teamwork back in contact and take this first tag match win.
And also the important note to hear is that Japan, they already had Basilisk Time eliminated within day 1. So if Nusang Fan Club, the only other Japanese team left in the tournament, if they get defeated by Guardian in this series, all the representation from Japan, one of the top 3 at least strongest regions in Blade and Soul, will be completely wiped out. So it's going to be a situation that nobody wants. So Japan needs to stay strong, and Tatsuki, Mizuno, and the rest of the team needs to stay strong for the Game 3 coming up between Unsan Fan Club and Guardian. Game 3 coming right your way. Stay on. Here we go for Game 3 between Guardian from North America going up against Japan's Unsan Fan Club. Let's see, Aikini versus Tsuki Mizuno. This matchup we did see in Game 1, in which Aikini got out a relatively easy win.
Sunflower's landing on Aikini right now. Oh, but the leech! Into the aerial!
I mean,
the cat is dead!
Cat is dead? Oh my!
The cat is dead!
I mean, I want to ask Andy, how does the interaction work when the cat is dead during attack, man? Does it revive?
Yeah, they have to revive him, but you know, we'll see what Tatsuki Mizuno decides to do. Like, he tags out right away.
Doesn't it take a very long time to have that interaction go with it? But it's just all about Vape coming back out onto the field after the attack point being used. Koichi Hirota coming through.
Destroyer comes out right after Tatsuki Mizuno is forced to tag out with the cat's death. And you know, he suddenly comes in and takes some damage as well right away from Vape.
We haven't had a dead cat in a long time.
We've actually never seen a dead cat this year. This is the first time seeing a dead cat in the tournament, and Tatsuki comes back out!
Tatsuki Mizuno, I don't think he should have gone out, at least bring out Satoshi Sekimoto instead, but he still stays alive, winning instead for very long. Oh, it's going to be Tatsuki Mizuno already knocked off, so Unsan Fan Club are losing the Summoner very, very early in this match. Will be crucial. Guardian is at a heavy advantage going forward for the rest of this tag match.
Yeah, Satoshi Sekimoto is coming out for the first time today. Let's see what he is able to do. There we go with the lightning draw initiation.
Satoshi Sekimoto goes for that lightning draw to go for a little bit of the damage. Yep, it's the Bears out on an assassin. Sekimoto has been very famous for the innate talent that he does have and has shown throughout the years of Blade and Soul that he's been here.
It just seems as if, you know, Guardian's teamwork is more, they're more comfortable with this tag team, showing, you know, they know what to do. They know how to focus on down the cat to, you know, make Tatsuki, you know, get confused. He's like, oh, what do I do? And he tags in and he tags back in and he just ends up dying.
In addition to the ending is that the side of Guardian really does have a more conventional composition in terms of team, where they pick the Assassin, Destroyer, and the Warlock is something we commonly see in the Korean scene. So going with that, Guardian really making that into good use, creating so much stability. Whereas the other side, Unsan Fan Club, the Summoner can be risky at times. You can't put out the damage. There's not much use for that.
Yep, there we go, giving back the Bears
the other attack points. Koichi Hirota does come back onto the field, but that just means that one tag point only will be left remaining for the side of Koichi Hirota and also Satoshi Sekimoto. Yep. Very low on resource points.
Gust is used for Koichi, but he is going aggressive like always. It does not matter for him that he's not. There we go, another persistence is used as well.
The Bears finally picking it up and showing some performance, putting out the damage onto his opponent.
Go comes in. Ooh, knee. Leaf is used. All right, they're both out of all escapes. 7 seconds for the Bears to be force tagged out. We'll see if Koichi Hirota decides to close up the gap and go for the chase, but unfortunately, he's not going to do that and just heal up.
Aikini comes back out. He's had a pretty successful series so far, starting Game 1. Pretty well in Game 3. Good enough to knock off Tatsuki Mizuno in an instant.
Oh, the Typhoon!
Wall bang onto the Typhoon is exactly what you don't want against a Destroyer, especially at the caliber. Koichi Hirota.
Tags out.
Last tag point being used by the Japanese side, Unsan Fan Club. With Satoshi Sekimoto the only person left with a tag point.
Yep. and there's still 3 full minutes left until they get an interfere point back, and Koichi Hirota is out of all tags and interferes.
Satoshi Sekimoto is left alone for the next 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Unless he decides to tag out towards Koichi Hirota. Other than that, he's going to be left alone. Struggle with the side of Guardian. Oh, and another series of damage. Aikini really stepping up today. There's no way.
He tags out.
He tags out.
Wow.
0.5%
Yeah, literally.
health. One auto attack. One little claw from the cat would have done it. But the cat isn't alive. Died out with the summoner in his team. So,
the cat is on his team. But anyways, there we go with the Typhoon. Into the wall bang. You don't want that.
Koichi trying to do a little bit of carrying on the shoulders.
Yeah, he's trying.
Vape comes in. I told you Koichi Hirota's destroyers are much shorter.
Yeah.
Vape has a lot more taller character for that, but more importantly, the Bears has been doing very, very well compared to his past performances in Worlds 2017. Yep. Much, much better.
Koichi Hirota has to last another minute, but does he want to last that minute? Because Satoshi Sekimoto is so low on health.
Can't come in for that interfere. Yeah. No way. If Guardian can really be reactive to that situation, if it comes for the interfere, he should go for Satoshi Sekimoto right away and just kill him off while he's there.
All right, now they're both out of escapes. However, the Bears has 2 tag points left, so he could always tag out whenever he wants.
Very wealthy in terms of resource points he has available. So Vape comes back out. It's going to be a destroyer mirror match. No damage output unless the interfere comes in. The only person with interfere right now is the Bears on an assassin. So very much a possibility if he does go for it, but now he's going to get the damage himself. He doesn't really need the assassin to go for the damage. Koichi Hirota taking the damage from Vape. Oh, it's going to be more damage coming in. The offensive interfere coming in.
10 seconds left until Koichi Hirota is force tagged out.
Satoshi Sekimoto came out for that interfere, but not getting killed was very accomplishing in itself. It has to be tagged in.
Oh, there we go with the force tag.
The worst force tag. Oh, the chase. What happened? Will he be able to finish it up? The chase. I thought that was a relatively easy chase to go for Vape. Maybe he didn't calculate the timing as well as he thought he should have.
Well, at least now Sekimoto can live another day for a little while.
1 minute 30 seconds. No tag. No interfere opportunity for Koichi.
Same goes for members of Guardian.
Right now, that's true, but 25 seconds will get all the interfere points back. Satoshi Sekimoto doing a good job of putting out the damage with that lightning draw onto the destroyer. Vape pulls him in. Trying to go for the little bit of stun. He just used the tab escape to get out of there, so very crucial stun could have been for Vape, but Satoshi Sekimoto used that reversal to get out of there. But one more tag point being used towards the Bears, who also has one more tag point.
Yep. And the 3-minute mark is passed. Everybody gets 1 interfere point.
Oh, Satoshi Sekimoto might be knocked off right here unless he gets a help. Koichi Hirota does try to save him. There's no way he can tag out. He doesn't have a tag point available, so other than the interfere, there's no way
coming in.
to get in. Satoshi Sekimoto, he has to be extra careful here. He is aware of the situation of the low health bar that he is working with.
He's actually healing up slowly. He's not as low as he was, and he's trying to make a play for himself before he gets force tagged out in 20 minutes. 20 seconds.
And a quick finish from the Bears. And it's going to be knocking on Satoshi Sekimoto now in this circumstance. 1v3 with a destroyer. I mean, it is the Koichi Hirota destroyer, forgot, but really difficult no matter what you have to say.
But I gotta say, the Bears is the only one with that interfere, and after he uses that interfere, it's all gonna be 1v1s.
But this is the guy you want to stay under the field. Aikini really has been performing. Starting from the beginning of the season. There you go, the interfere. And use it defensively instead of offensively. That's a lot of damage coming from that poison breath onto the grenade.
The mind toss!
Yeah, the mind toss is something we don't see very often. Koichi Hirota does come in. Very low health now. He has to be careful. He can't play like the aggressive self that he is.
He's still going at it.
There's no way of stopping it.
Into the finish.
I mean, you have to give so much credit to Aikini for really stepping up. There you go, the pose. Yeah. They said they would do it if they get a good victory over their opponents, and that was a good victory indeed. And really, Newtown Fan Club left speechless after that one. But Satoshi Sekimoto had to stay out a little bit longer, but it's more about Tatsuki Mizuno. Summoner going out so early. I mean, the cat died out in the matter of 10 seconds. After that, the Summoner is so weak without its companion.
Yep. unless, you know, he uses only the interferes to come in and do Super Sunflowers and never is on the field, then yeah, you may not, you know, need the cat, but that's not gonna happen. You know, it is tag, and you're one day or another gonna be on the field, and when you don't have your cat, like you said, the summoner is gonna, it's just half a summoner.
It really is. When you get a half of yourself trying to battle it out, it really does feel bad. And yeah, Akini, really the MVP of Game 3 specifically, really hard carrying, giving the Guardian very much the win conditions that they needed to get the win over the Noonsan fan club in this Game 3, which is very important because that 2 points, like we always mention, so important in this best of 7 going forward. So much confidence being gained, I assume. Yeah, and to Guardian.
Guardian is up 3-1 now. We will be back for set 4 and 5, which are singles. And if Guardian continues this momentum and wins, you know, both the singles, it'll be 5-1, and we will see our second, maybe potentially 7-1 wipe. It's not a wipe, but it's still 7-1, so that's pretty big difference.
I mean, I personally have a belief that, you know, Noonsan fan club will be strong enough to come back and pick up a few points. I don't think they're completely out of this yet mentally. I think they just really realized that Summoner going out so early was the key point in their loss. But other than that, they played pretty equally with Sekimoto, especially doing so well in his contribution for the team. So as we speak of him, Satoshi Sekimoto will be out. Gonna be up against Vape for the first time. Gonna be the Blade Dancer versus Destroyer.
Yep, Vape. We've seen this matchup before, if you remember, the 2 spinners meet, and it will happen again. Let's see who will be the victor of this matchup. It's basically a redeem, or you could call it a redeeming match or a revenge match or just a rematch. We'll see who will be the victor of this spinning club.
At least avenge a game for his teammate Tatsuki Mizuno for dying out so early. It is Game 4 between Guardian and Noonsan fan club happening right your way. Let's get it on. And here he is, Vape for the side of Guardian. He hasn't done many things for Game 3, the only appearance that he's made in the series so far, but he can make a name for himself here. It's Game 4 against one of the best players that I'm aware of with Satoshi Sekimoto.
So he starts off, the back roll chase lands, taking that early advantage away from Vape.
Goes onto that Phantom Grip. The Vortex! Go for a little bit of damage, but not much damage. Being taken from Vape's side. Actually going to be Judgment Cleave combo. It's going to be coming towards. So much damage, even that smash. So much damage going towards the Blade Dancer.
Yeah, Typhoon. He's stunned. Oh, it's not looking good. Alright. Flock of Blades.
Vape doing a very good job against Satoshi Sekimoto, and really, Sekimoto really has to find an answer against this destroyer. Usually you like to see the mobility and the quickness.
Back roll chase!
The Blade Dancer can't really work over. But it's going to be Judgment Cleave combo, and that's going to be it. Last knockdown to be the finish.
Drive finish.
Very nice.
And finished by Vape.
Vape, very happy now. You see the Guardians, those 3 guys over there, really satisfied with themselves. Satoshi Sekimoto putting a little smile on his face as well for different reasons. Trying to go for a little retaliation for his teammate. Didn't get it there. Gonna go to the next single. Currently, like you mentioned, it's getting close to that 7-1 sweep that you were talking about.
It is.
It's right now 4-1 right now. So the most important thing here is that Noonsan fan club, they have to realize that they are the last remaining team in Japan, and they are the last hope basically, because they are known as the best team in Japan. So being there, they want to be in that presence and make their presence felt throughout World 17. Not really get out from day 2 is not their accomplishment.
Yeah, Sekimoto actually had the early lead of, you know, getting rid of Vape's Gust early on, but Vape counters and ends up making Satoshi Sekimoto use Flock of Blades and his escape at the same time, creating that opportunity to do that Judgment Cleave combo and, you know, the aerial and the finale with the pile drive.
So while Vape didn't go for the all aggression like Koichi Hirota usually sees doing, it was a very stable destroyer play that didn't give much room for the Blade Dancer of Satoshi Sekimoto to do much work on. So I mean, you just saw Satoshi Sekimoto really just running around the field, not being able to do anything because so stable in that field. But Satoshi Sekimoto wants a retry.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
he wants a retry.
Very strong opponent right now because it is Aikini, who has been playing very well starting game 1 when he won that single and did very well to literally hard carry his team in game 3 as well. So Satoshi Sekimoto, very profound name, and everybody knows him for the talent that he has, but not much showing there throughout this series in particular. He has to show a lot more if he wants to really just live up to his name of how famous he is in this current scene.
Yeah, Aikini, it just seems as if he got his confidence back, and he is confident to go up against anybody from Newsong Fan Club now, and the music has changed. Aikini, Warlock versus Satoshi Sekimoto, the Blade Dancer. Let's get it on.
There we go for the last single of this series between Guardian from North America against Newsong Fan Club from Japan. As we like to remind you, the last representation from Japan, one of the two teams have already been eliminated, with Basilisk Time not having their efforts good enough for day 1.
Toki is playing it super aggressive. He already took out Aikini's both Void Walk and second wind right now, so yeah, Satoshi is definitely here for some blood.
So Satoshi Sekimoto really wants to keep Japan's hopes alive as the last team standing.
That distortion is used.
Have to go against Aikini to do that.
Oh, into the area.
First series of damage coming from
50%
Aikini.
damage.
What do you go for the second? Very soon after that cooldown runs out, he puts up the paper in front of him. Satoshi Sekimoto doesn't want the Phantom Grip. Let's go for damage. He does have the lightning draw available. Will he go for the second aerial? Yes, it looks like it will be. The lightning draw doesn't come forth.
Yep, he was waiting for that second win, but there we go. The second win is used by
Yeah,
Aikini, and there we go with the lightning draw.
And that's actually so much damage going on Aikini. And that will be finished over Satoshi Sekimoto, and the Japan's hopes stay alive.
Yeah.
As they get 1 point. He really wanted to retry to retaliate himself and get the redemption that he really wanted. And now they're up 1 more point, going on to set 6 now.
Yeah, Satoshi definitely, thought about that. He would have used that lightning draw after that, aerial, but he knew that the second win was available for Aikini, so he waited for that second win to be used, and then he went with the lightning draw combo to finish it off clean. That should come from experience. He probably, tried to use the lightning draw right away, and the second win was used and dodged, and less damage and output was done in the previous practices, but now he knows what to do, and that was very well. It's not that Aikini played bad, it's just Satoshi played that mind game. He was 1 step ahead.
Definitely. If I was a Blade Dancer, I probably would have proctored lightning draw. Yeah. They do the same combo every time, regardless of the situation. That's my style.
Yeah.
But definitely on the more upper end of experience and mind games, psychological thinking. Satoshi Sekimoto paid off there, because after that second wind has been used, there was no way for Aikini to escape all that damage right above that lightning draw. So much damage being multiplied in terms to his death that eventually came on. But set 6, this is the all more important game, because right now just Guardian can take this game anytime. If they just win any more game from here on, they will win out the series. So Newsong Fan Club has to be on their heels. They have to win every single game from here on to at least have a chance of winning this series against the North America's Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian up 4, and Newsong Fan Club now having 2 points. If Newsong Fan Club wants to win, they have to win set 6, which is right now, and set 7. But if they lose, like Joe said, 1 single game, then they're out of the tournament.
It's important for Tatsuki Mizuno. Last time around, game 3, he died out in 1 minute. He was so shocked, but the cat died so much before he did. He wanted to consider himself as a tribute, but he must not do that this time, because Newsong Fan Club needs to win every game from here on. Let's see if he can do it. Stay on. There we go, let's go. Guardian, Newsong Fan Club, game 6.
Could be the last one for Noonsan Fan Club if they do lose out this one. Now Aikini is now just a staple first member for the side of Guardian. When it comes to tag matches, he's a very reliable damage output.
Yep,
He relies upon.
Telepathy landing on Koichiro, forcing him to use Gust right off the bat. But as always, he doesn't care if he doesn't have Gust. He's just going to go all in.
He goes forward in any situation. Even if the last man standing, something of importance, he'll still go forward.
Yep, 10 seconds until he gets his Gust back, but he decides to call for that defensive interfere.
Lightning draw, thought it did a little bit of damage. I think the range was just off of that track. So Koichiro now putting the pummel wedge onto his face. Aikini taking minor damage. It's a little more than that.
Leech's proc.
Second proc of the Gust. Have escaping used by Koichiro once again. Forcing him to interfere. He having to save himself. Already be 2 interfere points used by Koichiro and his guys. And also using the tag point now. Bringing Satoshi Sekimoto, recent winner from this series. Lightning draw does happen. Very good damage onto Vape.
The Gust is used for Vape, and Satoshi Sekimoto has that confidence. You can see in his there we go with the offensive
That was so scary. I got so scared for Koichiro coming with the offensive interview. I thought he was just going to kill the guy.
Yeah, but Da Bears came in and, you know, stealthed that grappled Vape and saved him as well.
Something about Koichiro, man. He has that aura about him, and
he does.
Scares me every time he makes an appearance.
Yep. Well, they are playing definitely a different level.
The wall
Typhoon wall
Tatsuki Mizuno really doesn't want the second thing to happen once again. Finally tags out. He didn't do that in game 3, which costed them the game, but
you have to notice Da Bears already used 3 interferes, 0 on interferes for the next 4 minutes.
Like mostly an offensive efforts for those 3 interferes, but really no significant damage done, as you can see in the HP bars inside the Noonsan Fan Club. But it's going to be damage coming in from the wall. Like Aikini putting so much damage onto Koichi Hirota here.
But Tatsuki Mizuno comes in and decides to heal Koichi Hirota, gets back almost all the health that he you know, Aikini did to Koichi Hirota.
Now, this is going to be a disadvantageous situation for Noonsan Fan Club. If they do get to the damage chart, Summoner heals will stack. It will accumulate. It will eventually cost against them, most likely.
Yep. Another aerial.
Koichi Hirota, he just doesn't know how to deal with Aikini in this situation. He really is taking free damage so many occasions.
Ooh, that Searing Strike negating that landmine from the Bears.
Okay.
Well played.
The Bears trying to go up against this Destroyer. Hirota spamming that Bombard. 4 Bombard being procced at once.
There we go. Shave. Koichi Hirota is saving that Gust.
Okay, so it's going to be Koichi Hirota. He's going to go in aggressively no matter what. Maybe you can use that against him, but just in this case, the Bears.
Shadow Slash, the back row chase, forcing Koichiro to use that Gust finally, and persistence at the same time. He's going in.
Okay, dealing a little bit damage now, Koichiro. This is exactly what he wanted. Going for it, he has no escapes available. The Bears.
Oh no!
But in this situation, you have to be careful. The defensive interfere coming from Tatsuki once again, giving off that heal over to Koichiro before he does tag out. Satoshi Sekimoto
comes in for the save.
Vape, as you say, iron plating is good enough to save his teammate. The Bears with another.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Aikini using that time distortion to give the Bears the cooldowns back.
Satoshi Sekimoto really looking to get a kill on the Bears.
The health bars look pretty even right now. Going back and forth. Oh, the wallbang with the Typhoon from
he's still taking
Koichi
damage.
Hirota.
The Bears finally gets away. Has to tag out, definitely. Now so many tag points being used by the side of Guardian. Oh, actually, Noonsan Fan Club has used a pretty fair share of their tag points as well. Although, along with their resource points, they barely have any. Satoshi Sekimoto, 0 interfere points with 0 tag points. Koichi Hirota has 1 tag point, but only 1 interfere to help his teammate out.
All right, that offensive interfere coming in. And Koichi Hirota once again is out, but in the air!
Very dangerous situation, but be very careful. I know he doesn't like to be careful, but he has to be careful here because he's the only one with tag point available, and he doesn't want to waste that for no use.
All right, there we go with the smash
into
the wallbang with the Typhoon.
Not dealing too much damage though. Koichi Hirota might be frustrated at that fact.
Persistence is used. There we go. Back roll. He doesn't go for the chase, but drags him in.
Okay, Vape is going to get pummeled.
He's saving his Gust.
There
we go. Finally, Gust is used.
And this is a chance for Koichi Hirota to really put on that crucial stun.
Oh,
Just
the
have 3
ram.
seconds. Perhaps Vape didn't realize right away that the cooldown was still there. Now it gets back on the cooldown.
All right, that was a little, yeah.
Try to go for the throw there.
Yeah. Well, Aikini comes in, gives him back the cooldowns.
Satoshi Sekimoto, very full in health, but it's not about staying healthy. It's about dealing damage, and he hasn't done that quite yet. Towards the side of Guardian, and really Satoshi Sekimoto and the rest of Noonsan Fan Club has to be very aggressive in the fact that losing out this game cost them this series and cost them their spot in this tournament, and Worlds 2017 will be the end of these guys.
Yeah, 2 seconds left until the force tag for Vape. Satoshi Sekimoto is closing in.
The
that back roll chase happened,
yeah.
forcing that stealth to go out.
We thought he was going to get away, but Satoshi Sekimoto did a good job following through, making that chase work out, forcing out that escape away from the Bears.
Phantom gripping him right next to the flower.
I would like to think.
Flower is used as well.
Strategy behind that, I would like to think about that. Satoshi Sekimoto taking a little bit of damage now, forcing out to interfere. Defensive one, Koichi Hirota.
Alright, the last of that interfere is used. 25 seconds until everybody gets one interfere. Until then, nobody has an interfere left on either side.
Spamming that bombard once again is the Bears. Against Satoshi Sekimoto, he does tag out once again. No tag point left remaining. Other than, you see here, right here,
on
Vape. Yeah, that's the only guy with that 1 point of tag remaining, but all other 5 players do not have any resources available.
Now they just get that interfere point back, and Satoshi has 5 seconds until that force tag happens.
Definitely just keeping his distance. He's going in though. I don't know if this is a good idea. Comes in that line draw right before he goes out. Oh, comes in with that interfere right away, but the iron plating negates every part of that interfere. So, a clever idea from the Japanese side to go in with that interfere as soon as he's force tagged in, but really very good reaction there. Iron plating.
Oh, there we go. The cat actually interrupts that grapple.
Will it be Tatsuki Mizuno's chance to put out the damage that he's just so been waiting for through this whole time?
All right, they are both out of escapes. Tatsuki has 20 more seconds. Vape will get his Gust back in 4 seconds. There we go. That's why he's playing an aggressive back roll. There is no chase. Typhoon knocking him back. And they're pulling him back in.
Tatsuki Mizuno has to be careful of the Warlock interfere coming in from Aikini. Does have that 1 point available. There you go.
There we go.
Gonna start with the reaction in 2v2, most likely coming through. There we go. A lot of damage, but the lightning draw, very good from Satoshi Sekimoto, dealing a lot of damage over to Vape, whereas the Guardian could not put a lot of damage onto the other end.
Yeah, Tatsuki Mizuno has to endure another 35 seconds until that force tag.
Mizuno still staying on the field. He has to stay because of no tag point being available. The Poison Breath coming in from the Bears now. Off of that interfere. Tatsuki Mizuno has to survive. This is a very bad situation for these guys. 20 seconds is what he has to stall through, but it will be the end. The Bears finishing him off with the last series of close shave. Going through.
This is slowly swaying towards Guardian's advantage right now. However, right when I said that the Bears is in the air and the lightning draw is probably going to be
the lightning draw, that is good enough damage to finish him off, and the Bears is knocked out into the play. But right now we're talking about the damage chart. If it does go to there after 1 minute, we talked about the summoners healing up so much of his own health and also the teammates' health as well. So all that put into consideration. So much damage now coming out to Satoshi Sekimoto from the Warlock of Aikini.
Alright, Koichi Hirota used that interfere that he got at the 1 minute mark right away, whereas Vape still has his, and there we go, he comes in with that last interfere he has, tries to make something out of it.
Satoshi Sekimoto really trying to stay in this, but as of right now, I can personally predict, unless something crazy happens, it just seems like Guardian is going to win on the damage chart.
Oh, there we go.
But this might be the difference maker here.
He cannot use the Void Walk.
As I say this, might be able to finish at the second man. And there's the end of the piece there. Aikini will be the second man. Now we don't know what the damage chart will look like in the next 10 seconds. Satoshi Sekimoto going on Super Saiyan mode right now, trying to finish out his opponent one by one. 5 seconds is all he has to do it. Will he be able to get it? 3 seconds is what
what he got. One more second. He doesn't finish him off. But even in the damage shot, it should be very close now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow. That was...
Wow, Satoshi Sekimoto really just popping off at the near end. Oh, but it was still Guardian. 40,000 difference, and that was good enough to finish him off. But Satoshi Sekimoto, credits to him. He did everything he can for the last 15 seconds to finish off one player immediately and almost finish at the last opponent.
Yeah, the experienced team, Nusang Fan Club from Japan, is eliminated from Worlds.
And the entire Japan is eliminated from Worlds 2017.
And it seems like they are out of their, like they're in disbelief right now.
I mean, it's just true to think that, because I knew that they were so ahead in damage chart with the Guardian, with not having so much healing capability as the Summoner did over Tatsuki Mizuno's from the Nusang Fan Club. I knew that the difference would be very, very high at the current state I was speaking. But right after that, as soon as I mentioned that, Satoshi Sekimoto must have heard me. He's like, I'm not going to make this damage chart equal. I'm going to do my best to really get this back on our side, and just goes on.
Yeah.
Full throttle mode, but he kills off his opponent.
Yeah, but he couldn't go over Tatsuki Mizuno's healing that, you know, they ended up losing. That just shows how much heals that the Summoner has. And, you know, it's very unfortunate because, yeah, like you just said, Joe, Satoshi did show us that, you know, crazy limit break at the end, knocking out almost 2 players in a row back to back, but they still ended up losing in the TKO.
I love your Final Fantasy reference, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Look at this. Yeah, Satoshi went crazy at the end.
I mean, there's no other words to describe Satoshi's performance near the next 30 seconds.
Props to him.
My goodness.
Wow.
If he had played like this, in the very moment of the game.
I mean, only if Koichi had one interfere point.
Exactly.
Yeah. If Tatsuki Mizuno gave his interfere point to Koichi, maybe something different would have happened.
Definitely. Donation of interfere is not allowed in Blade and Soul, so we couldn't see that from Nusang Fan Club. But unfortunately, the last team remaining in Japan, the Nusang Fan Club from Japan, is eliminated from Worlds 2017, so you won't see any Japanese representation from here on in Worlds 2017. So, congratulations to Guardian for making it to the second place from Group B. You can see the other Western teams from Europe and NA make their efforts in Group C and Group D coming up. So, have a short break. Congratulations to Guardian. We'll see whether the other Western team can do it after this break. So, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
전 세계 최정상 선수들의 우열을 가리기 힘든 공방전 블레이드 앤 소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십 결승까지 쉴 틈 없이 진행되는 각 나라 대표 선수들의 자존심 대결 왕좌에 오르기 위한 멈출 수 없는 추격이 시작된다. 블레이드 앤 소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십
여러분 반갑습니다. 오성현,
이재성,
이불소 반갑습니다. 예, 쿠데타 김신겸입니다.
들어오라고.
들어오라고 거기서 박수만 치고 있지 말고.
안녕하세요. 쿠데타 팀의 팀장을 맡고 있는 김신겸이라고 합니다.
아유 반갑습니다.
김신겸 선수가 더 선호하는 스타일은 어떤 스타일이죠?
이제 암살전 빼고는 제외하고 다 냉기트리를
그러니까 암살전 같은 경우에는 파동격을
네.
쓰기 위해
은신을
레드
풀기
트리를
위해.
사용하는 거고 대부분의 이제 트리는 냉기를 사용을 한다.
내공 집중을 쓰고 한기 폭풍을 사용하면 왼쪽 위에 보시면 동상이 중첩이 됩니다. 이게
네.
3중첩이 되면 결빙이란 이제 결빙이 되거든요.
네.
근데 이거를 이제 2초 동안 3중첩을 만들 수가 있어요.
그렇죠.
보시면 빡인데 빡에 그 틈 있죠.
잠깐 이거
최성진 냄새가 또 나기 시작하는데 지금.
이게 아니라
그때 본 거 같은데.
그거는 따닥따닥 이거 그냥 이거 정박자예요.
냄새가.
아니 이거
알겠어요. 일단 알겠어요.
이 빡 박자에
예.
빡 할 때 이 반박자에 대지 파동을 집어 넣으시면
아하.
그러시면 이제
그러니까-
결빙도 되면서 결빙이 딱 되는 타이밍에
네.
기절이 들어간다고 이제 보시면 됩니다. 찍는
신기한데
타이밍인데.
선수들은 다 이러니? 나 궁금해서 물어보는 거야 그냥.
아니 이게
빡빡빡이나 따닥이라든가 뭐.
아니, 저도 생각 안 해요.
뭐 이제 이런 다 이래? 뭔가 하나씩 뭔가 결함이 있는 거야.
콤보를 일단 보여드릴게요.
네.
승격권 하면서 한개 먹고 3중 차 빼기.
아 이때
딱 공중까지 띄우면서
추가 데미지까지 넣을 수
추가
있고.
데미지.
이것까지
네.
방금 쓴 콤보면은 비무장에서 피해량이 어느 정도
한
나올까요?
70% 정도
네.
빠집니다.
70%.
그래서 인사드리도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 어성규
이재성,
김신겸!
뭐였죠 우리 제목이?
이플스였죠.
이플스였죠. 다시 할게요.
예,
편집하면 되니까요.
네, 다시 가시죠.
다시 하겠습니다. 지금까지 어성규
이재성! 김신겸!
이플스였습니다. 안녕히 계세요. 감사합니다.
And welcome back everyone to 2017 Blade and Soul World Championships. We're still on day 2. We're almost reaching the last part of our event. We're going to be going off to Group C to see who's going to be the second place in our second place matchup. Coming your way, it's going to be involving another Western team in this match.
Yep, we have IDES from Korea versus Hurricane from NA, and we will see which team will get eliminated from this tournament and which team will place second and have a chance to go to the quarterfinals.
The moment you say that, I just thought in my head, what if IDEPS gets eliminated?
it's not only items. So what if for both teams? Because both of these teams deserve to go to the quarterfinals. It's just that this bracket system is random, and they ended up meeting and being in the same group. It's very unfortunate because I truly like both teams.
I mean, I do as well, and I've seen IDEPS throughout 2017 and know what they're capable of, but it's really all about, does IDEPS really deserve this? Since they have performed so well due to recent games, and the only game that really they have stumbled on was the early part of today, which they couldn't win out in the winners match, and now they're in this very awkward situation. If they do lose out, they're completely out of the World 2017 already in day 2.
Yeah, that will be very weird because we've been casting Korea Season 1, 2, and Korea Final, so we've been seeing until yesterday, we've only been seeing the Korean teams, and we just think, oh yeah, IDEPS made it up through the wild cards, and they are the 3rd best team in Korea right now. So we just think, we have this thought of IDEPS probably being good, and they are now in the losers bracket, trying to place either second or not get eliminated. And Hurricane, NA, and all of the Western teams, first time participating in Worlds, and they are hanging in there, all 4 teams still.
Officially, no Western team has been eliminated yet, and that is already accomplished. We already see 2 teams are already in the contention for the 2nd place spot, already in the quarterfinals. So it's really a huge thing for the Western team to not have any elimination. We sort of see Japan, both teams eliminated already. China, 2 of the 3 teams already been eliminated. So these strong regions who really everybody has a high expectations for, I've already been eliminated.
And now on screen, we do have IDEPS on screen. We have Duggan Kang, Jung Yoon, and Sang-ho Kim. Very familiar faces and names if you have been following the Blade and Soul Korea seasons as well. And today, it just seems a little bit for Sang-ho Kim, it just seems like his off day, but that is no excuse. As a pro player, you controlling your condition, you being off or on, it does not matter for the viewers. The win is that all that matters, and if you're on your off day and you lose, you lose.
And I think maintaining high form every single day is also a skill set as well as a professional player, because that's one of the assets you really have to take into consideration, because if you're not going to be good on your off days, you really have to make sure that you're always on your on days.
Exactly.
And we thought Sang-ho Kim was on the right track of maintaining that for every game until now, but today was the first glimpse of Sang-ho Kim really trembling against his opponents and playing something very unusual of what we're not used to seeing of him. So that took a toll out of IDEPS, and that led to their loss in the winners match, and now they're here facing up against Hurricane.
Yeah, right now on screen we have Hurricane, we have Virus, Sunshower, and Yes. And this is actually a rematch from yesterday, and Hurricane was sent down by IDEPS to the losers bracket, so they had to make their way back up, and they are facing IDEPS once again for the 2nd place seed.
Now this is important because the IDEPS they faced yesterday were very, very strong. At least in terms of going up against Hurricane, we didn't get any other indications of how strong IDEPS were, but they were good enough to beat out Hurricane in day 1. But game 2, day 2 is a little bit different, where we saw Sang-ho Kim, this guy on your screen, not having performed as well as he did in day 1. And see whether he's going to pick it up for the 2nd part of day 2, whether he got his on day. Within that few hours of rest that he did have, going up against Sunshower, the Blade Dancer, so it's going to be Assassin versus Blade Dancer coming right up for game 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Sang-ho Kim is, ready for this Assassin versus Blade Dancer, because, it doesn't matter if you're on or off. If you lose, you lose. No excuses for the viewers and the players as well.
We're going to go on to game 1 between IDEPS versus Hurricane, a rematch. Once again, coming in the 2nd place match. Let's see who picks up the first win, gets the first point. Stay on. We talk about it all the time, but Republic of Korea, IDEPS, this is the title you see on the screen. But more importantly, Sang-ho Kim, he's always been the catalyst for the side of IDEPS. If he does well, the team does well. If he doesn't do very well, he does really bad. The point of that is, and the entire team takes effects from that.
He is the assassin of the team. So if he's not going to do too well, and you know Jung Yoon is still doing his job as the support to save his teammates, it's still not going to work if the assassin is off and he's unable to do that damage output.
It's a very important role that Sang Kim is holding onto himself for the side of IDEPS because he is the main damage dealer going forward. But
ooh, gets into the aerial.
Into the aerial now. Second aerial will be coming through. Lightning draw most likely will be coming through. He doesn't use it yet. Tries to go for the bend and grip.
Yeah.
Doesn't really happen that time around.
There we go with the lightning draw.
Hey, I think that was a bad use of the lightning draw. I think he should have used it earlier off of that second aerial.
3 seconds.
Now he's gonna take the damage on the other end. The bombard is coming through. This is a lot of damage. Will he be able to finish up? The knockdown will be good enough to finish. And Sang Kim gets the win. And lots of load off his shoulders, really, that he really needed. There's a 1-0 good lead coming up for IDEPS.
Yeah, early on it just seemed like, you know, Sunshower had a little bit of an advantage, you know, playing it more aggressive, pushing back Sang Kim. But unfortunately, that was unable to continue on till the end of the game, and Sang Kim took advantage of that small opportunity and just finished him off right before his escape came back. It was literally, it came back in the air.
And we saw Sunshower after the typical 1-2 aerial for a little bit creativity with how he wanted to use the lightning draw, and the eventual use of the lightning draw did not lead to any damage at all. So probably got him on the back of his heels, and he got the reversal back with his tab escape being available, but he was already up in the air, so no really chance to use that. But Sang Kim, all in all, doing pretty well, much better than what he played in the early part of day 2 today. He gets his team onto a 1-0 lead.
Yep, and it seems like Jung Yoon is touching up his keyboard mouse, so it seems like he is up next. Who will be up for Hurricane?
Sunshine and East are definitely staring at Virus, so I would imagine that's going to be Virus up next. Just show you guys. There we go. Virus will be up against Jung Yoon on the Force Master. Now, maybe Hurricane didn't do their homework, and knowing that Jung Yoon loves to feast on assassins day and night.
Yeah, definitely, and even on the assassins at, you know, the Korean tournaments are, you know, fear Jung Yoon's Force Master because he knows exactly how to annoy the assassins, and you know, shackle their ankles with that chill stacks, and you know, just annoy him. Just let's get in. Let's just see how Jung Yoon plays against Virus.
You're in such a rush, ending to get into the game because we all want to see how Jung Yoon will dismantle an assassin from the North America once again. Whether Jung Yoon on the Master. Force Master will be with you. You're gonna find out. Stay on. There we go. Jung Yoon's favorite food is the assassin.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who the assassin is. It's just when Jung Yoon plays a Force Master, it's actually different from other Force Masters. So let's see if Jung Yoon will, you know, make us not awkward and, you know, do well. There we go with the double knockup.
I mean, Jung Yoon, he's been feasting on Korean assassins for a while now, so get a taste of the North American assassin, maybe a new flavor.
Yeah.
A little bit of a delicacy for him.
Yeah, but it's good on Virus' side that, you know, he already got rid of Jung Yoon's second win and backstep escape.
But he already has his tab escape gone as well, so Jung Yoon, even though his escapes are gone, he still will take advantage of the situation. There we go. We see Virus putting up in the air though. Jung Yoon might be a little bit of danger if he can get out of this one. Poison Breath starting the series of damage. It's going to be the close shave going in through.
Yep, uses his backstab. Oh, there we go. He gets
stunned. This is where it begins.
4 seconds until stuff comes back.
He has the calculation on check. And that is another annihilation of the assassin from Jung Yoon's Force Master. Once again, how does he like the taste of the North American assassin?
Oh gosh, I don't know, but you know, the first match again with Sang Kim and the second match with Jung Yoon, both of the times when the NA players were about to die, their second win or their escape came back to cool down. It's very unfortunate, but that just shows how much these Korean players are able to calculate the escape and the precise time the escape comes back, and right at the end they put him into the aerial to finish off the opponent.
And I would like to really say that IDEP's strength really does come from a long best of sevens where, you
their endurance and their just resilience of what they bring to this team. No matter how inconsistent they may be, if they can extend this over to Game 7, they usually show pretty satisfactory results. And Hurricane, I don't know too much about what their late game potentials are, but they do go over to Game 7. Will they be able to hold on? A good indicator will be the Game 3 coming right up, whether Hurricane will get that 2 points to even it up. That'll be very important for these guys.
Yeah, like we always repeatedly say, the third match is actually the most important to get your engine started, to get your momentum shift. So even though Hurricane is down 2-0, they still have hope. It is best out of 7. First team to 6 points, and now we are getting ready for our third set.
It's the very usual suspects. Yep. In terms of classes, for the sides of IDEPS and Hurricane, you're very familiar with these guys. So the Virus, Sunshower, and Yes, all the typical assassin, Blade Dancer, Warlock composition, where Zugin Kang, Jung Yun, Sarah Kane bringing out the Blade Dancer, the Force Master, and the Assassin, which you guys are very familiar with it as well. Just a matter of who's going to get the upper edge the first few moments of the game, or whether Sarah Kim is going to continue on the satisfaction that he's shown in Game 1 and they carry that over to Game 3. And Kan Lee, yes, Korean native, coming in for the American side. Whether he will be able to perform against the full Koreans of IDES and be fighting out in Game 3. And right up, we're going to go to see IDES and Hurricane currently 2-0 in the lead for IDES. If they can continue on with this lead, we're going to find out. Stay on. Go for Game 3 between INEPS from South Korea against Hurricane from North America.
Yep, Sang-ho Kim is out first against Yiz on the Warlock. First time showing for Yiz today. Let's see how well he will do. Which team will show the better teamwork and coordination to take this victory?
It's going to be very important to see. Yiz has done pretty well from day one. He needs to show a lot more to stay in this one because his team definitely really needs that 2 point to get back into the series.
Yep. First stun is used, and second win is used by Yiz.
There you go, Yiz taking some damage along with his familiar assassin from Sound Cam, trying to do a little bit of damage on there. It's the time distortion with a little bit of interfere coming in from the Blade Dancer, Sun Shower, but not much coming in there.
Yeah, that interfere was actually. Yeah, I think there was a miscommunication because if he was going to use the time distortion and get his second win back, Sunshower didn't really need to come in, but he tags out, and Virus is in Assassin Mirror match.
Okay, Virus's initial strike, slam time into the Thralling Dagger. It's going to be enough to force out the Tab Escape coming in from Sound Kim. He knows the situation also well and gets the counter attack, forces out Virus's Tab Escape as well.
Yeah, Sang-ho Kim only has 20 seconds up to that force tag. Will he be able to save a tag point and force tag out safely?
Definitely looks like he will. He has so much advantage over Virus, not even forcing out the defensive interfere. Turns into offensive interfere, forcing out the defensive interfere. Reaction 2v2 now with Duggan Kang joining the arena.
Oh, and Sang-ho Kim still doing some damage, and this time around,
Sang-ho Kim did everything right before he does go out on that free tag, whereas Guardian had already had to use 2 tag points.
Yeah, Sang-ho Kim, it just seems like, he's got his game back together. By himself, he made Hurricane use 2 tag points and 3 interfere points.
And really, he saved his tag point of his own, going out for free. So, Sang-ho Kim, as you mentioned, anything, it's definitely come back into play, come back to that day 1 performance where they beat out Hurricane before, looking to do it again. Game 3, getting that 2 more points, gets that lead, would definitely assure them so much stability as they move forward with the series.
Yeah, and this is, like we mentioned, this is a double knockdown. Nice. Anyways, this is a revenge match, and I hope Hurricane has something up their sleeve to counter this composition of IDEPS and show us that they have a chance to take this victory away from IDEPS.
The Guardian needs a lot more than this to get the win they need, because see that IDEPS, in terms of resources, the HP bar difference is also in the favor of IDEPS so far. So
Guardian needs a lot more than what they're putting out to get that win that they need, to get that 2 points back onto their favor.
Yep, they are just doing their own thing on their own side. They have that line in the middle. Nothing really going on.
So it seems like the two Blade Dancer we usually see the Beyblade action, spinning around till nothing happens. They're not even spinning around now, so.
Yeah, Sunshower is going to be force tagged out first, and then 1 second after, Duggan Kang will be force tagged out,
they keep a
and
close
they
distance.
are getting close. There we go with the chase.
Does happen. He's going to be tagged out right away, but the chase continues.
Yep.
With Sang Kim doing a very good job of landing that poison breath. In the continuation of the initiate that Duggan Kang threw out of that initiate.
Yeah, but they end up both using all of their escapes.
Yep.
Yiz uses his second wind and his void walk. Sang Kim uses stealth and Lotus of
this
escape.
might be the first series of damage coming in from Yiz. Really nothing coming from it though, unfortunately.
Jung Ho-yoon with the defensive interfere saving Sang Kim, and Sang Kim tags out right away into Duggan Kang.
He is really trying to make an effort. But Duggan Kang spins around, really bothering him, not allowing anything. Sunshower comes back, and it's again a Blade Dancer mirror match. Your Resonant Sleeper for the next minute, I presume.
Yeah, and Yiz actually ended up using his last of his tag points.
But they went a little bit different this time. Comes in with the virus.
Reactionary 2v2.
It's going to be a 2v2, reactionary as you say. A lot of damage coming back and forth. Virus started that off with a little bit of interfered on his own, but Jung Ho-yoon, we haven't seen too much of this guy throughout this tag.
Yes, he was busy using his 3 interfere points. Now he's out on the field with 2 tag points, comfortably waiting to, buy time for his team.
He is doing a good job of negating that wallbang that Jung Ho-yoon was trying to put on Sunshower.
Yep. And, Jung Ho-yoon goes back in 2 minutes until the 3-minute mark until they get interfere points.
Sang Kim still making no errors as he still continues to put out so much damage onto his opponents, and doing that against now the Virus who just came in off the tag.
Alright, mirror match.
Yes, has no tag point available.
Tab escape is used. Sang Kim is going to slowly make it. The bombard
good
actually
bombard.
lands.
That was a distance bombard right there from Sang Kim. So much bombard happening to both sides.
Virus!
We have no idea what's happening, but Virus is on very slim health. He has to tag out, which he does.
Yes.
Barely saves himself. Now Yiz is out with no tag point available. His teammate any interfere, so he's completely on his own. For the next 1 minute 30 seconds, the 3-minute mark will give his teammates back the interfere they need, but for the time being, that's Lonely Warlock.
Yeah.
He's gonna be alone in his tracks.
Yeah, and without his second win, this is not looking good against Sang Kim's assassin.
Duggan Kang even has his interfere. Coming in, the lightning draw so
get
much
rid of
better.
him!
That is an instant death for the side of Hurricane, and Yiz is already out with Virus very low on HP, so even if they get the interfere back for the side of Virus, he will not be able to use it as courageously as you could with full HP.
Yeah, and Duggan Kang still has that 1 interfere left, so if already decides to tag out, if Jung Ho-yoon creates an opportunity, either Duggan Kang or Sang Kim could interfere in 4 on offensive. There we go with the offensive interfere.
Whoa,
Sang
so much damage
with Jung
and
Ho-yoon.
that is an instant KO. That will be the end of it. Virus comes in with barely no HP. It's gonna be so much action coming towards Jung Ho-yoon and Sang Kim really clicking together off of that interfere, really making it work. The confirmed CC allows the free damage coming from the assassin from Sang Kim. That is enough to instantly kill off the second man from Hurricane. Now Idis is up 4-0, comfortable lead heading forward in the series.
Yeah, now that Hurricane lost their 3rd match and now the score is 4-0, they have to still be able to keep their calm, because you can always come back. This is
we've seen it happen.
Yeah, we've seen it happen, and this is not best out of 4. This is best out of 7. So if they are able to still take that tag match and cut off their momentum in the next 2 singles, they still have hope. And let's just hope that they are able to calm themselves and come up with a new strategy or a different strategy, and come back and fight back at IDEPS.
You guys might have been thinking that it was pretty even going towards both sides, but the truth of the matter was Hurricane was dying slowly but surely.
Yeah.
They were definitely taking the damage one by one, whereas Idis was under no threat whatsoever. And eventually, each man one by one died off from Hurricane. So eventual 3-man death happened in an instant right here, as you see Sunshower 100-0 casually coming in from the side of Jung Ho-yoon and Sang Kim.
It just seems like at the end, IDEPS, they knew what they wanted to do with the little resources they had left. They brought out Jung Yoon, and you know, Sang-ho Kim was on the field. He tagged out to Jung Yoon and then interferes in right away to finish off 2 people within the 5-second interfere time that he had.
Yeah.
And you know, it didn't look like luck. It didn't look like, you know, it just happened by luck. They knew it and they planned it for the tag outs, and it was well carried out.
Now Hurricane had to work so hard to get to this stage. They had to win out of the losers match after losing out to IDEPS initially from day 1. I mean, they're back here, really looking for another contention into this World 2017 to have their say to go into the quarterfinals. But as of right now, 4-0 looks very depressing for the side of Hurricane. Duggan Kang is going to be the next man up. The side of Yis is going to be his opponent for Hurricane. Move on straight to the match to see how he does.
Yeah, it seems like Duggan Kang is going to stick with the Blade Dancer, and the music has changed. Let's see what will happen. Blade Dancer versus Warlock. Let's get it on.
There we go. Very much an important game after losing out game 3. 4-0 is a very heartbreaking scoreline if you are the Hurricane. You have Duggan Kang versus Yis. Yis has to pull out a win here for them.
Yep, Tetherblade was used, not too much done for Duggan Kang. They are close. Oh, lightning draw used
so
right
much.
away.
That was a very sudden lightning draw, very unexpected, even for Yis. Had the Sanctum available, but still took a significant amount of damage.
Right for that aerial.
Oh, doesn't even go for a second aerial there.
Yeah. Well, Tab Escape was used, and he is in the air, Duggan Kang.
Yes. Doing his first series hit and now has dealt more damage than he has taken it for himself. A second series of damage might be coming through. Does a poke damage with the Warlock.
Yeah, but Duggan Kang hasn't used
second series damage.
Whoa!
And that is going to be a death without the reversal being used. Tab Escape was held onto his hands.
Yeah.
And maybe Duggan Kang took that play a little bit more easy than he had expected.
Yeah, he looks kind of numb.
He gets beat by the American Korean man.
Yeah, American Korean guy. And you know, the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's going through his head. Wow, I ended up dying without using any escape at all.
Literally, he had all 3
I'm
available.
pretty sure he was thinking that because, you know, he did save it. So, you know, when you save your interfere and you end up not dying, yeah, it's a plus. But when you save your interfere and you die, I mean, not interfere, what am I saying? When you save your escape and you end up dying and going up into the air against the Warlock twice in a row, you know, that's not a plus. You're just going to end up dying. This is not a tag match.
I mean, to be fair, he did use a retreat. He did use a little bit of back roll. But that's about as much escape that Duggan Kang liked to use and saved up rest of his escapes in the case of his death. But it's very good of Yis to show that swagger for his team. His entire team really needs that because what they're lacking right now is confidence, and they don't think that they're going to get a win against IDEPS. But Yis is setting an example for his team to really stay strong and to never give up. And they still have what it takes to win out there as long as they win every single match from here on.
Exactly. That is the mentality that Hurricane needs, even though they were down 4-0. Now they have won the 5th match, making it... Oh, 4th match, sorry.
Trying to be the hero,
okay.
Yis. Is coming back to his home ground, Korea, to represent North America, to beat out his Korean counterparts. And the next opponent up in line is Sang-ho Kim, who has been playing much better in the second half of the day. But day 1 has been a little bit of a nightmare for Yis because he has had a taste of Sang-ho Kim on a good day. So he's going to have to overcome that and be really the hero for the side of Hurricane. That is what the team is really requiring of him.
Let's hope that, you know, Yis is able to, you know, revenge on Sang-ho Kim.
We're going to go on to the next match, the last single, to see whether Yis can continue on the momentum for Hurricane. We'll get the match right underway. Let's get it on. Now, I really love the storyline ending because Hurricane really
it's not lacking anything else. It's just the confidence and the lack of belief that really they can really pull this up. But the only person in this team that really believes they have a chance is Yiz. He showed that in his last place when he played against Dougie Kang. He's going to show it again.
Stealth is out for Sang-Ho Kim already.
And this is the beginning of it. Yiz looking for that play. All he needs is a good few chances, and the damage will come through. Sang-Ho Kim onto that Sanctum. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from the Shackle.
Right. Yiz already made his first move, even using that time distortion.
He used the body swap, but other than that, he still has the second one available. Tab escape is there, so Yiz is in a very good situation. He's going to get the stealth back. Sang-Ho Kim, after 3 seconds, still, Yiz is not going to hold back any time of the matter. He's done. He has to use the tab escape sometime soon.
He has to calculate this well. When does he want to use that second wind?
Webbing is up, so whether he's going to use it now, he doesn't use it there. Sang-Ho Kim,
he decides to break out of the web.
So now he knows one more stun can likely give him an instant KO, but Yiz is aware of this fact as well. He has to be extra careful to not get up into that stun. The assassin is so tough. This might be the end of it. Yiz gets knocked down. He does escape with a back roll. Oh, but Yiz staying strong until the very end. The paper's still blocking every endeavor that Sang-Ho Kim is throwing out of him. Yiz, very well played, leaving that second win to come back in the next 5 seconds, so he bought enough time.
Yeah, Sang-Ho Kim actually frozen with the Ice Mine, giving him the time. And now Yiz.
Another second win already being used, so this is dangerous for Yiz now. He has to somehow pull off a miracle. He needs to not get stunned up. He's going for his best ever, but Sang-Ho Kim is always on the upper hand of Yiz every single time and gets another win. Does not confirm the win in the series yet, but we're going to move on to the tag matches to actually see whether Iris can finish this off, and they could in just one game coming.
Yeah, Sang-Ho Kim getting that 5th match victory makes it IDEPS 5, Hurricane 1. And like Joe just said, it is not over yet. If Hurricane is able to win the set 6 and set 7, they are still able to win. So we'll have to see. Let's hope that they could keep their confidence and, show a fighting, force against IDEPS.
I mean, this mix and match format of best of 7, doesn't matter if you win every single game, as long as you keep the scoreline under 6. Just win the rest of the games, and just 2 matches can give you enough points to win out the entire series. So, as unfair as it may seem, we think it's very fair with the fact that the mentality does play a lot bigger role than the actual numbers really indicate in the scoreline. So,
it does.
IDEPS really confident on their play, whereas Hurricane needs to have that confidence of their own, but that's the only thing that they're really lacking right now. I think skill-wise, they still have potential. They still have a chance to come back in this one. It's all about Yiz setting an example, but just more so his other 2 teammates being able to find that as well.
Yeah, and if IDEPS is able to take this win in set 6, this will be the 3rd 7-1 finish of today only. And that, we haven't seen a lot of 6-0, but 7-1, that's still a big gap. And we'll see if it'll be a 3rd 7-1 or will Hurricane be able to come back.
That just goes to show you how much fatigue is affecting the play of these 2 teams. We have IDEPS versus Hurricane. Could be the last match of the series. With the match 6 underway. Stay on. Go. Could be the last match. The Korean side, IDEPS, North America's Hurricane. It's going to be the Assassin Mirror match, the beginnings of Sang-Ho Kim versus Virus.
Go with the body swap.
They both go for the body swap, seems like.
Virus uses tab escape. Same goes with Sang-Ho Kim. This is good. They are trading. This should be normal. This is what it should be like. Not one-sided, but trading.
You see Assassin, Sang-Ho Kim stunned up, so Dougie Kang comes in immediately for that defensive interfere, forcing out that reactionary interfere as well from Yiz, using that time distortion to give that stealth back. Sang-Ho Kim still has his on cooldown.
13 seconds, 12 seconds until Sang-Ho Kim gets it back.
Lotus of Escape has just been used.
Alright, going back to slow motion until Sang-Ho Kim probably will make the move very soon because he will get his stealth back.
Now, mind you, Virus does have his stealth available as well. And a little bit of a shorter cooldown on that Lotus of Escape, so...
Oh, Virus out of stealth.
Sang-Ho Kim.
Same thing with Sang-Ho Kim. This is this is good. They are trading, escapes.
Very
and I love
even
seeing
now,
this.
yeah.
Because Virus, he hasn't been able to equal the level of Sang Kim in Game 3. Showing a little bit of that now, forcing out the defense to interfere from Sun Shower. Before he does that, Sang Kim still does a lot of damage onto his opponent.
Yeah, it was looking good until they were, you know, they were only trading escapes.
Oh,
But
Jung
now,
Woo-Yin, wall bang! That is so much damage. The Force Master into the Assassin is the greatest combo that Eidos has.
No.
Once again shows with so much damage.
Oh, Virus dies with 2 tag and 3 interfere points.
You hate that so much.
I hate it. Oh, jeez, I feel so bad. But Jung Woo-Yin is taking a lot of damage.
Sun Shower. A lot of damage through that lightning draw. Had to use all the escapes to get out of there, but another series of wallbang with the Assassin. They just don't know how to answer for this. A strat that Eidos has been figuring out.
I mean, this comes in and he gets continued chase.
It seems like a kind of a forced tag used, and there's no counter attack whenever Jung Woo-Yin and Sang Kim goes for that double attack. And we've seen it happen so many times throughout this series that it just seems like they still haven't figured it out yet on how to really deal with that.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because in the early game, Virus was matching Sang Kim's Assassin. They were trading their escapes back to back. It seemed very good until that offensive interference started to come in and the reactionary 2v2 happened, and Eidos started to take advantage of that.
I mean, they might not even need Doug and Kang to finish off the game here. They just need the 2 players, Jung Woo-Yin and Sang Kim, land that combo once again. Not just maybe good enough to knock another player out. Most likely is what they're targeting at.
Yep, Yiz out of second win. Same thing goes for Jung Woo-Yin.
Oh, he shouldn't have tagged in there. I don't know about that play. That's an instant death. Looking like play unless blade&soul can save himself. Uses every escape that he can to get out of there. Still in a very dangerous situation. But as I say that, a lot of counterattack. So it was very successful escape from that dangerous situation. That Jung Woo-Yin was out with Sang Kim interfere available. Now this gotta be the eventual death of Sun Shower. Eventually comes down to a 1v3 situation for Yiz.
By himself, left alone.
I don't know. It's just it seems like they have lost hope at this stage, especially the other 2 players other than Yiz, Sun Shower and Virus. Virus kept strong, I actually mentioned in the early parts of the game, but after dying out, Sun Shower really didn't know what to do. Then try to counter some damage, but you have to go for the initiate yourself and go for the aggressive offensive strike, but we didn't see any of that from Hurricane all season long.
Yep, Yiz is in the air, not looking good, re-knock up.
Lightning draw, conventionally.
Still not giving up, he is trying.
Just too difficult right now, and this might and will be the last match for Hurricane. We might see the first Western team being eliminated from Worlds 2017. We're very short on getting there. Yiz is really playing his heart out, staying as long as he wants. It's just about pride now. It's not about the result, because the result seems pretty inevitable right now. Sang Kim looking to be the finisher here.
Yep, he is about to. Oh, he's trying to finish him, but Yiz is hanging in there.
Man, yes.
I commend him. He is in there still with the Sanctum down.
Like
he has his second win.
Like I said, it's really not about the results anymore. It's about the pride that doesn't want to go out embarrassment to show the strength of NA in this Korean scene.
Body swap, second wind is used. Oh no.
There we go. Jung Woo-Yin comes in. This might be the finish here.
Double
from the Sang Kim. Jung Woo-Yin has shown so much success over that combo of those 2 interacting with each other. They interfere, but sad to say that we finally have our first eliminated team from the West, and it's going to come from North America. Hurricane could not get a win after being able to win out against Eidos. It just didn't happen this time around. Second time around, Eidos was the stronger team, and Hurricane just could not win. They're eliminated from Worlds 2017.
Yep, this was the 3rd 7-0 today. And, you know, it's very unfortunate because Hurricane did show a good fight, even though they lost. I saw potential. I hope, you know, next year when they come back, they'll improve and, you know, maybe they'll revenge against Eidos or any other Korean team.
Put up a fight is exactly what Hurricane should be expecting for the next year if we do get to World Championships 2018. By then, I'm sure they have improved over the experience that they have gathered here in their first participating World Championship with North America, being their first introduction into this world scene. But congratulations to Hurricane for making it this far. Day 2 was the end of their road. They won't be advancing to day 3. going to the quarterfinals. And we confirmed that IDEFs will be the second place in Group C. So Hurricane, shout out to these guys. We hope to see these guys next time we meet.
Yeah, and you know, just remembering how Virus was doing so well against Sang-Ho Kim, and then when Jung Ho-yoon interfered in, and that's when everything broke down. I hope he can work on that, you know, Assassin versus Force Master in the near future, and you know, come back stronger.
We can't be all sad because IDEFs, the team from Korea, third seed, had a little bit of disbelief in them after the first part of today, but they do make it still as that second place. They still have that one more chance to make it into the quarterfinals. That'll be happening on Saturday. So we're gonna get one more match out of the way before we close out day 2. Let's go to a short break and be back with Group D, second place match, right after this break.
전 세계 최정상 선수들의 우열을 가리기 힘든 공방전 블레이드 앤 소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십 결승까지 쉴 틈 없이 진행되는 각 나라 대표 선수들의 자존심 대결 왕좌에 오르기 위한 멈출 수 없는 추격이 시작된다. 블레이드 앤 소울 토너먼트 2017 월드 챔피언십
준비되어 있는 직업은 바로 대표 직업 중 하나라고 볼 수 있는 검사가 준비가 되어 있습니다. 검사의 비무 콤보를 한번 배워보도록 하겠습니다.
검사분들이 대부분 기본 시치기 연장이나 이런 건 다들 가능하세요.
솔직히 그거는
네,
되죠.
그런
이게
거는 이제
툭툭툭
기본적으로
누르면
되는데
되니까.
항상 아쉬운 거는
네.
여기서 좀 더 이제 활용연차이라는 스킬로 딜을 한 대 더 때릴 수 있거나 네, 일단 한번 보여드릴게요.
오케이.
어떤 콤보를 보여주려고 하는지.
네.
이게 이제 제일 기본적인.
기본 콤보.
어우,
네.
깔끔했어요.
네.
실수가 없었죠?
끊어서 보여드릴게요.
네.
돌진, 혈배기, 활용.
네.
이게
여기까지가 이제 돌진 실시기에 의해서 걸린 상태 이상 동안 들어가는
어허.
공격인 거죠.
2초 안에. 그다음에 요거 이제
그
연장해서
다음을 이제 처음부터 다시 보여드리면
네.
쿵짝짝 이후에 쿵짝짝.
이렇게 통월도까지 이어주면 이게 기절이 안 풀려요.
네.
그러니까 촐배기 하고 활용참 한 대 때리고 마늘배기 풍월도.
어허.
이렇게 하면 이제 기절이 돌진에 걸려있던 게 연장이 돼가지고
2초가 연장이 되죠?
네 그래가지고 그대로 남아있는 상황이 나오죠.
이빨 썼습니다. 안녕히 계십시오. 본격 입으로 배우는 물소 오성규 이재성 이뿔소 마치 티 나죠? 그렇죠. 자 3화로 다시 돌아왔습니다. 반갑습니다. 대표 선수 이제 한 분을 모셨습니다.
그렇죠. 여러 링검사
네.
선수가 있지만
그렇죠.
이 선수는 갈아타긴 했지만
네네네네. 링검사의 희망, 링검사의 최강, 링검사이자 권혁우인 그 남자 권혁우 모셔보겠습니다. 예. 자 반갑습니다. 자 일단 본인
반갑습니다.
소개 간단하게 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 2015년 그 시즌 2 에서 링검사로 우승을 한 권혁우라고 합니다.
아, 반갑습니다. 자, 오늘 여러 가지 링검사에 대해서 좀 알려주실 텐데
그
링검사.
오연배기를 통해서 이제 공중 콤보 후에 번개배기 이제 발도 내연성 콤보를
좋아요.
먼저 보여드리도록 할게요.
사실 되게 쉬운 거죠, 이거는. 올려주고 훅 올린 다음에 짝. 타이.
보여드릴게요.
네.
방금도 보여준 거예요?
말로 안 하겠습니다.
아니
방금
말은 하셔도 되고요.
말은 해야 되고.
이제를 하지 말고 말은 해야 돼요.
여기 나와서 말을 안 하면 어떡합니까?
큰일 납니다.
아 이거 다시 빨리 보여드릴게요.
네, 다시
알겠습니다.
빨리 부탁드릴게요.
아 뭐야?
잠깐. 보여주시죠.
볼까요? 탁 훅 올려주고
정확하게
떨어지면?
번개배기를 딱 쳐주고 내겨.
뒤에는 뭐 클릭만 하면 되는 거니까요.
자, 이게
아 이게 아니에요. 이게 또 포인트가 있죠.
이것도 따닥따닥이 있습니까?
아 이건 따닥따닥이 아니고
네.
이제 다들 이제 따닥따닥이라고들 하시는데
저도 그런 느낌이에요. 제가 할
이제
때도.
여기서 포인트는
네.
이제 F는 계속 누르고 있는 거예요. 그러면은
누르고 있는다고요?
발도 내연성이 알아서 나갑니다.
그렇죠. 이게 어떻게 보면 굉장히 꿀팁인데
선입력 같은 느낌으로.
그렇죠. 다른 캐릭터와 다르게 이제 링검사 같은 경우에 모션 캔슬을 F를 누르고 있어도
네.
발도만 정확한 타이밍에 톡톡 쳐주면 내연섬은 알아서 자동으로 나갑니다. 그러니까 횟수만 정확히 알고 모션을 보면서 발도만 쳐주면 되는 거죠.
나는 이렇게 했는데.
그렇죠. 그렇게 하면 근데 좀 약간 삑사리가 나갈 수 있는 그런 여지가 많은데 F를 누르고 있는 상태에서 발도만 마우스로 좌클릭을 한 번씩 눌러주면 굉장히 부드럽게 애니메이션이 이제 나간다는 점. 꿀팁이죠, 이거 어떻게 보면.
솔직히 전 처음 알았습니다. 솔직히. 자, 오석윤!
이재성! 권혁우!
이빨스였습니다. 안녕히 계십시오.
Welcome back, everyone, to 2017 blade&soul World Championship. We are finally on the last match of day 2. We're going to be going on a long ride. That's what you guys have been joining us with. And we're finally at the last segment of day 2 before we move on to the next day, which is day 3, which is going to be the last day of group stages. It's going to be a much shorter day tomorrow.
Yep.
Not as long as the day 1 and day 2 that you guys have been sticking around with us. So thank you guys once again for tuning in with us. But we're going to be going on to the last match.
Yeah.
Probably the more important match for the EU fans out there. It's going to be Bad Intentions.
Yep. Versus Madness from Russia. And after this match, all group will have only 2 teams remaining. So Group D, Madness versus Bad Intentions. After this match, 1 team will be knocked out or eliminated. And each group, all 4 groups will have 2 teams left. So we started with 16 teams, but after this match, we will only have 8 teams left over.
There are already 2 teams
Yes,
already
already
waiting
up there
in the quarterfinals. So total of 10 teams,
Yes.
but we're going to shorten that down into last 8 teams starting tomorrow with that event. Day 3 will decide from the second place teams. We're going to say 2 other teams from double elimination. Once again, we'll explain the format once we get there. But the more importantly, we're on to the last match of D. And Group D is going to show us Bad Intentions and Madness, as you see from Russia. They faced each other off before, and seems like Bad Intentions got the better of these guys. Seems like, but they lost out in Game 3 and Game 4 to lose it out in this best of 4.
Yeah, and you know, Madness, they went up against GC Busan Blue recently today in the first half, and you know, unfortunately for them, they really got stomped on. And but I hope their confidence didn't go down, and you know, this is their last chance, so I hope they don't throw it away. Same goes for Bad Intentions. I know they have their confidence. I know, EU, we talk to them because they come to us and we go to them after in between breaks and we talk about it, and we see them being full of confidence. So we know they have confidence, but Madness going up against such a strong team, GC Busan Blue, and unfortunately getting stomped on. I hope they could still, during the break times, gather up their confidence and mentality and come back to fight Bad Intentions and give us a good game.
Yeah, I just hope that Madness doesn't carry over that negative emotion they had towards GC Busan Blue after they did get really annihilated for hands down. They don't want to carry that over this specific game because it's not the GC Busan Blue anymore. They are the Bad Intentions. They beat them before. Although it was a little tough defeat for the side of Madness. They lost in the first 2 singles, having to win out in a miraculous Game 3 and extended that over to the last Game 4 victory, which got them into the winner's match in the first place. So they want to do that again against these Bad Intentions.
Yeah, on the right we have Tenna, in the middle we have Ryuki, and on the left we have Lucky, or Lucky, or however you want to call him.
I called him Lucky.
Okay, Lucky. But anyways, yeah, we do have familiar faces for you EU fans here. And same goes for the RU fans. I'm pretty sure there are Russian fans in the chat watching this. And I am rooting for both teams. I just want to see a good game. And for our first match, we have a Warlock versus Assassin.
Vichyslev Pilisov is going to be the first man up for the side of Madness with Bad Intentions, bringing out Ryuki as the first man out. Now this Assassin, Ryuki, I've been talking to this guy right before this match began, but he's shown a lot of confidence. And we thought Tenna would have been the team leader there, but Ryuki is showing more leadership off the bench, and is really the guy that's really putting the voice towards the Bad Intentions side. Now he has to be the one that leading his team by example, but he can do it. Madness, Bad Intentions, Game 1 gets the match underway. Straight on. Here we go, a rematch.
Yeah, a rematch
Between Madness and Bad Intentions.
Yeah,
Vichyslev Pilisov.
Madness is ended up beating Bad Intentions. Let's see if that will be repeated or not.
It's gonna be the Warlock. Vichyslev Pilisov. He's done pretty well throughout his time. He did show good forms, but Ryuki, I mean, he's had on and off days definitely, but we just want him to put out his best effort to put up a more fair fight against this Russian side.
Landmine procs, and it does knock him down, and he makes his move. Oh, we hear the Hobos, and Ryuki is in the air.
Warlock gets the initial strike onto the Assassin. Now Ryuki is in a little bit of trouble. He has no escape. He can work it, but still holding aggressive. He's gonna go very aggressive.
Oh no, the Tether Blade lands, and into the area once again.
Series of damage is coming towards Vichyslev Pilisov. And this might be enough damage to finish him off. We thought third series of damage will be eventual death for Ryuki. He's surviving right now, but I don't see him surviving. If he can pull this out, I'll be screaming out my lung, but it's literally 2% HP.
Hey, it's doable. He is out of his second wind. He only has his Void Walk.
I mean, one stun would be enough damage to finish him off. So I don't know what he can do. He heals himself back a little bit with the Poison Breath. Familiar.
So close. He is shackled now.
Can he do it though? It's very...
Sanctum is down.
So it was eventual. Pilisov gets the win with the Warlock against Ryuki's Assassin. So a very needed first point
to Madness. Last time they faced around in day 1, they took away 1 point away from Madness, Bad Intentions, but this time they lose at the first point. Let's see how that really interacts in the following games to come.
That was very close. Rookie did last a little long, and there was the deflect, you heard the thing. But, you know, unfortunately at the end, you know, the Warlock, he took advantage of the low health that Ryuki had and, you know, started poking him out and ended up killing him. But it was very close, and it was very well played on both sides.
As you said, the Hobas coming through. A lot of damage. That sound really indicates how much damage you're putting out. The more Hobas you hear, the more damage you're dealing. There we go. Audio is loud and clear.
Yep. Wow, and from this point on, it was just the rupture that will come out from the ground and kills Rookie. But it's okay, it's best out of 7. You know, we still have a lot of matches to go, and we are only on our second match.
And it's only very important for Bad Intentions to really keep their mentality. Losing the first match isn't everything in best of 7, so all they need to do is just really remember of what they're really going up against, that it can still stay strong. Really go one match at a time, and hopefully come back to make it even. They could do it here in set 2. Just by, Tena is going to come out on the Warlock.
Switched.
Pavel Brovolov now on the Assassin against Tena's Warlock, but Tena can do it right here. Just get it back to even. A win right here will get it to a 1-1 scoreline for those two sides getting into game 3. They want to make it as even as they can before they do go on to game 3.
Yeah, the first set was Madness on the Warlock and Bad Intentions on the Assassin, but now it's switched up. Let's see which side will take the victory. The music has changed. We are ready for our second set. Let's get it on.
Second match between Madness and Bad Intentions. A rematch once again does begin for Pavel Brovolov on the Assassin against Daniel Kilger, better known as Tena, which you guys know in Europe.
Daniel. But anyways, yes, Madness took the first set. They are up 1-0. Best out of 7. First team to 6 points is the victor.
Brovolov going pretty aggressive towards Tena here, putting damage onto the Warlock and the Familiar pretty equally.
Yeah. Alright, landing that stun. And it's out of his escape right now.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage coming from the ball, but he's just spamming it now. He really doesn't care about what he looks like as long as he gets the damage done. It's what he cares about.
Tena took a lot of damage.
Still has all of his escapes though.
Yes, he got it back, but if the Assassin makes his move and, you know, decides to get... Oh, there we go with the leech into the area. This is the start.
Series of damage.
Oh, all the Hobas out there.
Damage. Oh my word! That is going to be the finish! Tena being behind. There you go, the king raising his hands, showing what he's worth. Tena brings the team back to even. 1-1. Brovolov probably did not expect that after getting so much damage done on the Familiar and also the Warlock. He thought he was very much ahead, but Tena just boomed. So much damage.
Just boomed, and he took the victory for Bad Intentions, tying it up 1-1, and we are at that critical third set, the first tag match of this matchup.
And this is the last match of day 2, and it's also important for both of these sides. Madness over at Russia really wants to keep their mentality strong and be the second Russians to make it stay around in this day 2. And Bad Intentions also, one of their European counterparts, have already made it to the quarterfinals, so being in that state, they want to maintain as a second European team to stay in this World 2017. We saw Hurricane being the first Western team to be knocked off. They were representatives from North America. Over at Europe, Bad Intentions is still representing strong, wants to stay in this one.
Yeah, and it just seems like in this world so far, in this short 2 days, we see a lot of things. We've heard a lot of things, especially coming from a lot of Assassins, and you know that is creating opportunities for your opponents if you get deflected. But now it is tag matches, not 1v1s. So now this will show which team has better teamwork.
You're gonna see whether Tena's explosive damage will come through once again.
Yep.
We saw it come through in the losers match of yesterday's match against Babab. Very strong team that they had to overcome. Tenna just went fire and just did so much damage into every single opponent that he had. Wants to replicate that performance over here against Madness from Russia. Game 3 will be a good place to start that.
Yep, and we are getting ready with no technical difficulties, I hope. Last time I said this, I jinxed it, and we ended up, you know, showing our faces again and talking for the like 5 to 10 minutes, but you know, it just seems like it's going smoothly. This is the last match of today, and let's see. I'm so excited to get into our tag match.
Here we go. We're gonna get into this game 3 sooner or later. As long as we hear the music change, we're gonna go right onto it. Looks like they're figuring out some computer issues first before we move on. Want to make sure everything is set in as a perfect environment for all these 6 players. About to play ever so important tag match number 3.
Yep, and it doesn't seem like there's any problems. It's just, you know, they were doing last checkups because, like we always say, we don't want something messed up during the match. So everybody is getting their computers checked, 6 players, and the music has changed.
We're going to go on to game 3 to see whether Madness or Bad Intentions currently is even at 1-1. Who's going to take that 2-point advantage heading into the rest of the series? Stay on. And the tag match does begin with a rematch of Game 2, where we have Pavel Brovilov, the assassin from the side of Madness, going up against Tenna, the warlock from Bad Intentions once again. Tenna destroyed him in Game 2.
He did. We'll see what happens. Again. This is tag though, so we'll never know what will happen. Landmine did connect, but nothing too much. Capitalizing from the Russian side.
Puts the Sanctum down and now summons the familiar. Brovilov also has that Lotus Escape down, which he can't use. Now he does use it. He's in danger.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh, the Destroyer came in for that interference, and look at his health! 80%, no, 90% of his health is gone with that one interfere.
Oh my
Tenna is just punishing everybody!
Tenna! What are you doing? Oh my god!
This is unbelievable!
Look at the health bars! You look at the jinx on that one, but look! Look at the health bars on the sides of Madness!
Holy!
That is a single-handedly done damage by one player.
Wow.
And it just now passed 1 minute.
Yeah, and he decides to tag out and, you know, take a rest. And you know, the Russian warlock is coming back and punishing them for it.
Yeah, Pilisov trying to replicate what Tenna did to his teammates.
Wow.
My god.
Wow, that was amazing, but you know, the Russian warlock is doing work as well.
Oh, the body swap is going towards Ryuki there.
Slow, there we go.
Close shave is going to do a
comes
little
in
bit
by
of
the
damage.
Destroyer. Oh, Ryuki. All right, tags out. All right, the health bar seems pretty even now, even though Tenna did some work on them.
Oh, another series of damage for Tenna. This could be over in an instant.
Yeah.
All
All 3 of them very low. So one back-to-back-to-back. It could be a back-to-back-to-back kill.
What's the point of tagging out here? Everybody's at the same health bar.
Well, okay.
Oh, good.
Luki
can finish him off. We haven't seen too much of this guy throughout day 1. But he's wanting to kill him off. And there's the first kill. And it's going to go over to Kirill Zanovnikov. It's going to be the first man down for Madness. And this might be the start of very exciting things for Bad Intentions. Tenna literally just carved the potato.
Yeah.
And they're just, his teammates are there to just eat it now.
Yeah, literally. He cooked the food.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tenna is back out. He's going to eat the food that he's cooked.
Oh, what a greedy boy. He's trying to eat everything that he prepared for himself, not anything for his teammates.
Wow.
That was just it's out, but I mean, he and his teammates must be baffled by now about what is the situation that's occurring. Oh my goodness. Oh, coming for the interfere. Ryuki gets the second kill. And this is just all over. There's no way.
Wow.
No way that Pavel Brovilov is going to be able to finish out 1v3 here.
Yeah, and so much resource points grayed out on the Russian side. Two tag points, 1 interfere point, 1 tag point, 2 interfere. There's so many wasted resource points on the Russian side.
I'm just putting 2 hands up in the air right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
What is happening?
We'll see until the end because, like I say, whenever there's an assassin left, anything is possible.
Oh man, he's trying to start it. Well, Brovolov trying to get a counterattack against Tenna. Uses the Lotus of Escape to get out of there for now. Trying to put a damage on Tenna. Just knocking off Tenna in itself will be huge value towards Pavel. The rest of Madness.
Tags out into Ryuki. It's an assassin mirror match. Path is used. He is out of all of escapes now.
And all of this action happens while Luki just casually just watching from the side and just putting the popcorns on and seeing everything happen as it unfolds.
A lot of movement, and now he's shackled, and
that will be it. And
Ryuki takes another kill away, and now Bad Intentions are up 3-1.
Oh man, they're feeling it now. They know that they have this in the bag, and as long as they can have a game like this every single time.
Yeah, that was amazing. You know, nothing against the Russian players. It's just that round, that third set, Tenna played amazingly. He did not let any opportunity go to waste. And that started with that first interfere from Kirill on the Russian side. He comes in, and when he goes back in, he only has 10% health left.
I mean, you're talking about not wasting opportunity. I don't even know if the opportunity was there in the first place.
That's not that's why you're not. That's why you're not in the booth playing the game.
I mean, no, I want to say that. I mean, I've seen other people, you know, in similar situation, but we haven't seen. Oh, very good music change, by the way. But
confused. Yeah, they are getting confused of what went on. But they did. The replay actually skipped when the Destroyer Kirill interfered in with full health. And after the interference ended, he went back in with 10% health. I wish they showed that because everything started off with that interfere.
I mean, whatever it may be. I mean, you might be right, Andy. Yeah. The reason why I'm not in the booth downstairs, right below us, the fact that I didn't see the research that obviously Tenna saw from that play, so he has that eye that I don't have, and supposedly it was good enough to get him a win. And it's same.
Well, that was very well played by Tenna, and you know, I gotta give, well, not only Tenna, I gotta give props to the whole team of Bad Intentions of, you know, taking that lead, the important third set, and we are gonna be going back to 2 singles from set 4 and set 5.
And going back to the last series of singles for the series. Now, winning both singles for Bad Intentions does not automate in a win for these guys in the series. You still have to go for the eventual Game 6. All in all, it's all about Madness having to pull off a fight.
Luki is coming out.
Luki is their first appearance. Literally the first appearance I think of any part of the series. He didn't make any appearance in the tag. It was Tenna doing everything, but Luki is going to be coming out against Kirill Sadovnikov.
Yeah, and Kirill is the one that has the most experience and played in the event match last year in the World Championships. So let's see what he has in store for us against Luki.
We're going to go on to the second series of singles, heading right your way. Kirill Sadovnikov from Madness trying to get a redemption against Bad Intentions. Let's see if he can do that. Let's get it on. There we go. Second series of singles will be underway. Russia's Madness trying to keep their hopes alive. Thought they had a pretty even matchup after winning that game 1 in this series, but falling way behind now. It's currently 3-1. Luki is trying to continue on that advantage.
Kirill is making that offensive move with that Ember Stomp down. Nice. Flock of Blades is used, but he was on top of the Ember Stomp.
Okay, so Luki's going to use that retreat to backstep out of there. He still has the second win available.
He's running away. Alright. Kirill has made his move now. It's Luki's turn. Persistence is used on Kirill's side.
Both players still have that crucial tap escape available. Now he uses Luki. He has to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to get caught. Dragon Tongue's doing so much more damage. On to Kirill Sadovnikov.
Alright. They are going back and forth. The health bar is pretty even right now, but Luki is out of all escapes. Kiro still has his gust.
Another call with that escape that he has. They're going aggressively against Luki. Getting a little bit of damage one by one. Wedge is going to do some damage. A stun. Will the Judgment Cleave be enough? And that will be at 1 point. Going back to Madness. Russia slowly climbing back into the series.
Yep. Rip Luki now. Madness getting that win. It is 3 bad intentions to Madness, and we will be going up into round or set 5, which is worth another 1 point. It will be singles, and if Madness is able to take that victory, it will be tied 3-3, and we'll go straight to set 7.
That will be the case because Madness is trying to creep back into this. They're not completely out of this yet. They really want to keep their world's hope alive and stay in this tournament, and the only way they can do it is to beat out bad intentions. But let's look at the replay.
Yep. So right now he did make his move, and Kiro backstabs out right there. And he does have the Gust and the Ember Stomp down, and at this point right now, Luki being out of all of his escapes, you know, it's inevitable that he is gonna die.
That was the result of it all, and Madness getting that 1 point they really needed, and it's turned the 3-1 scoreline back over to 3-2, a lot closer than the numbers may indicate. Just getting one more win for these guys, but get it back to even, 3-3, which will allow us to skip Game 6 straight on to Game 7 to finish it all.
And it seems like Tenna is touching the keyboard and mouse, which means he is coming out for set 5.
We'll see if that's the case. There we go, Tenna will be up. It's going to be a Warlock mirror match. Pilistov also got his single win in Game 1. He's trying to replicate that result, but definitely in Game 3, Tenna was a superstar, whereas Pilistov had to watch his teammates die one by one.
Yeah, Warlock mirror match, like we always say, not only in Worlds, but during the Korea seasons as well. Most of the time, not always, most of the time, Warlock mirror matches are pretty boring, but the music has changed, and we will be going into our last single of today. Let's get it on.
We're on to the last single match of actually day 2 now. It's going to be concluding our day 2 broadcast. blade&soul World Championship 2017. But the single will be the last one you see before we move on to the tags.
Here we start with the quelling.
We're trying to commentate, but nothing is happening.
Yeah, both sanctums are down. All right, Tenna taking the first blood. And he is taking damage.
Is the first sign of relief for Pilistov. So much damage over to Tenna. Now Tenna has to be startled.
Tenna is knocked out.
Before he could do anything, Pilistov gets the win over Tenna, and now they're completely back to even at 3-3. And we're gonna skip over Game 6, go right onto Game 7 to decide who's gonna be the victor and moving on as the second place of Group D.
Yeah, and it just seems like, you know, usually the Warlock mirror matches take a lot longer and it's very slow paced. But this time around, it was very quickly finished. Unfortunately for Tenna, he did get knocked out very fast and making Madness taking the victory, tying it up 3-3. We will be going into our last match of today.
That will be the case. This will be confirmed. Last match of day 2.
Yep.
This World Championship 2017 blade&soul. You see right there, Tenna hearing the Hobas. That's not very good when you're at the opposite end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, and he did have the Void Walk, but unfortunately his familiar was not out, so he couldn't body swap out, which led him to his death.
Okay, let's saw a very quick strike onto usual slow-paced Warlock mirror match.
Yep.
Took a different approach and got a good win, getting them back to 3-3 now. We're going to the one more tag. This will decide whether Europe will have their second team up in the second place round. We're gonna get Russia to have their second team advance to the next round. It's gonna be very important for both regions to have their both representative stay in this World 2017.
Yeah.
This match will decide it all.
Yeah, so like Joel said, one region will have 2. So either Russia will have 2 teams or EU will have 2 teams. And this is the decider. And the loser of this will go home.
Yeah, definitely. And you don't want to be in that shoe. Both the teams here.
Yep.
All the three players from both sides really wanting to win here, and we are on to the last match, ladies and gentlemen. Match 7 between Madness and Bad Intentions. Let's get it on. Bell Brovolov, the assassin, will be first one up, alongside Rookie. Oh, actually,
okay, no.
Last minute change.
Okay, so it's a mirror again.
Oh, actually, I don't know if you were able to do that. We haven't seen that before, but
no, it was just a bug in the waiting room.
All right, so in the end, we're gonna get the same first man lineup from both teams. We saw this last time around.
The offensive interferer actually came in.
The Rookie trying to go for the kill onto the Familiar, which he's gonna accomplish almost. All right, he will gonna kill out the Familiar, so now the Warlock is very, very weak.
Yeah, this time around, the Warlock on the Russian side is without a thrall.
Now all those coming up, but Tenna's actually the one taking damage. He also has his.
But he's going back at
him. But so much damage coming onto both sides. I don't know which one's taking the more damage, but as we see now, it just left. Taking so much damage, and Tenna
just paid him
knocking off Pilisov for the first man. Looks very good for Bad Intentions moving forward.
Tenna is punishing him for beating him in singles, killing him when he has 2 tag and 3 interfere points. I always love mentioning that.
And you always hate that at the same time as well for the side of Russia. Madness losing out not just any member, but Vyacheslav Pilisov, who has been the most consistent player for this Russian side, especially with all the utility they can command with the Warlock pick.
Yeah.
A huge loss for the side of Madness.
Yeah, Kirill should have used this iron plating before his teammate Warlock died, but unfortunately he was unable to do so.
There we go.
But he is trying his best, and there we go with the Typhoon knockback. Reactionary 2v2.
And Luki taking a lot of damage from the Assassin Interfere.
Alright, Kirill,
Tenna going back once again, trying to put the counter damage onto his opponent. Kirill Sadovnikov still standing strong after dealing a pretty good amounts of damage onto Luki. Trying to go for a second series of that.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tenna is happy that he got his revenge and he is resting up in the bench while Luki is, having fun on the field.
Here we see a very serious 2v3 situation between both sides. The Russian side, Madness, is not counting themselves out quite yet.
Oh yeah, no.
They really want to have this happen. The HP bar is definitely on the side of Madness when you count the average amount of HP, but total HP definitely with 3 men they have available in the Bad Intentions. It's going to be the advantage going over to them.
Oh, there we go with the stun. He uses his stealth, and that was his natural good thing that he put down the flower before he gets airborne by Tenna and maybe get one combo.
Doesn't see him where he is, but now he does. And he go for the attack here. Time distortion does happen to get all the cooldowns back in the track.
All right. Well, Madness, even though they do have their Warlock out very early. Oh, Leech!
Almost connected, but the body swap really negated anything from happening.
That was very close, and he will get his stealth back in 1 second. Yes, there we go. He got it back.
The landmine doesn't connect, but the stun does connect. That's a lot of damage coming in. This is going to be initiative coming for the defensive way. He's going to force out a reaction 2v2. Good job of saving Tenna there. With that defensive interfere.
Kirill comes in. He is spinning. Sanctum is put down.
Sadovnikov, if you can knock off Tenna right here, this will be huge for the Russian side.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure his teammate is not going to let... Yep, there we go. With tag, Ryuki is in.
As soon as he comes in, he heals himself back, but it takes a lot of damage.
Kirill going in!
The Destroyer really just destroying the opponents.
Yeah. Yeah, starting from that third tag match, Kirill is actually doing work, even though it was kind of, he could have had better defensive interferes for his teammates, not only this match, but in the third match as well. But, when he is out on the field, he does do some work. And there we go.
He's definitely posing a threat. Yuki uses the body swap. Doesn't get the stun up, which we usually like to see off of that body swap, but goes up in the air. This is a very dangerous situation. Luki does everything he can to save his teammate. I mean, Ryuki, he has a tap escape, but I would think he needs to tag out any moment now.
Kirill at full health, and he has 2 tag and 2 interferes.
It's very dangerous. The
he's
iron
looking
plating.
very comfortable.
Yeah, I think he is, and Sadovnikov hasn't figured out. Luki, I don't think he should be very greedy over this situation. He really should tag out. I don't think that stealth serves justice. Has to staying out here and maybe risking a death. That would be huge. Going towards Sadovnikov and the rest of the side of Madness.
Body swap. Still has 2 minutes until everybody gets the interfere back, so he is trying to last as long as possible.
Ryuki proves me wrong, though, staying alive for so long with all of this escapes still available. Now he's going to be back out in the Assassin Bear match. It's going to be happening. The bombard connecting towards Ryuki. The Poison Breath is going to be used as a counter. He's trying to get a free tag. I think that's what he's really trying to do, Ryuki. Yeah. He has 8 seconds that he has to last.
Will he be punished for trying to get that force tag?
But
we'll have to see.
Flower doesn't have that stealth.
All right, knockdown.
Good
Slash
job.
connects and the force tag
No
happens.
chase will happen because he was knocked down when he was taken down. Now Luki, the only member of Bad Teacher with very healthy status, is going to be out on the field.
With the Flocka Blade chase.
The searing slash.
That was pretty
flashy. A lot
flashy.
of damage over the Assassin.
That was pretty flashy play by Luki, and he uses his second wind. Defensive interfere.
Yep. And Kirill Sadovnikov on par.
Oh,
Luki! Why did he tag in there? Don't know if that was a good tag in there.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
At least get it onto Tena was probably my personal choice on that one, but
gosh, the loser of this match goes home. Remember, guys, this is the last match.
They do have 4 minutes left in the game. If the strategy for Vantage is to just stay in the game, go with the 3-man advantage with the damage output, this might be a good strategy to go with, but stay alive.
Back roll. All right, there we go with the leech. The Tether Blade lands, also forcing that stealth out from Pavel.
I mean, you would think in a 3v2, the team with the 3 men would have the advantage, but Pavel, along with Kirill Sadovnikov, doing a very good job of equaling this out. So what they can do as a team.
Yep, 22 seconds left until everybody gets an interfere point back, and Pavel has no tag point, so he has to last another minute and 10 seconds.
This will be very much of a miracle.
Tena is knocked out!
That's a huge play for the side of Madness. Will this be the difference maker? Luki is the only healthy member left in this team, but he's going to make a difference in that. Luki going for the Dragon Tongue.
Wow, this is so intense.
Yeah.
I didn't know it will come down to this because, you know, the Russian Warlock died super fast.
But the Dragon Tongue is going to finish him off, and Pavel is going to be knocked off. The last man standing is Kirill Sadovnikov, the solid member who has been strong until this late part of the game. Luki is coming for that late hero effort to finish off for Bad Intentions. Now it's suddenly towards the side of Bad Intentions to control this game. See how the result is going to be controlled by the way they control it.
Luki is going all out at the end.
Wow, he's been hiding himself
a re-knock-up
on the bush. And now he has suddenly made his appearance in this very last
back roll chase. Oh, Luki is not letting go of anything.
Okay, the stun does happen. He still has the second win, has to use it. Yeah. Very rich on resources. Sadovnikov doing all he can. Really, if he can knock out Luki, Ryuki will be a lot
counter
easier.
when he was down, and now he's gonna make his move. Gust is out for Kirill.
Heals himself back.
But Luki has block blades and second wind. He could do this.
Sadovnikov, if he can knock off Luki, Ryuki will be a relatively easier target. Knock off to get an eventual KO, which would be a very miraculous 2v3 win for Side of Madness.
Here we go,
but the Dragon Tongue coming through once again.
Knock back 6 seconds until Ryuki is force tagged in. Will
Ryuki has no tag. Ryuki has no tag. This is important here.
Chase this? Will Kirill chase this? And he does chase it!
And does get the
makes it one-on-one.
Successful chase on there for Kirill Sadovnikov. Now this is the only chance. The KO will be the eventual end for the spicy last match of day 2. Bad Intentions put up a show in day 1 as the last match of that day. They're putting up another show in day 2. Another nail biter going right to the end.
Is grabbed. They both have 1 escape left per person.
Will it be Sadovnikov or Luki? It's going to be the decider. It's going to be going down. There we go. Bad Intentions. They're almost going down. Out. Sadovnikov, he can almost make it happen. But the Dragon Tongue is going to be going down. And that's the win for Bad Intentions. And they're going on to the second place, going on to the next round.
Wow, this was worth waiting for. Bad Intentions yesterday and continuing today, showing us the best last game ever, back to back.
Look at them cheering them on. They're so happy and it means so much to get a win in this manner. And there's no better way to finish them off. And the Russian team, man, is distraught at the result they have faced. And most significant, Blade&soul on the Warlock being the first man out was the biggest fault in leading to this loss.
Yes.
And I know he's feeling it down to his heart of what he has caused for his team. The last hope was there for the Warlock. He didn't make it happen. And now Bad Intentions from Europe will be the second team to advance to the next round.
Yeah, and I gotta give props to Tenna as well, even though he did get knocked out, and in the end, Luki did finish it off and staying alive.
Luki.
Yeah, but Tenna was able to knock out Blade&soul, the Warlock.
It was true.
So he created that opportunity, and I gotta give props to all the Russian players because Kirill and Pavel only being two left very early in the game. Look, not even 1 minute passed when Tenna knocked out the Russian Warlock, and Kirill and Pavel was able to make it so close, even though it was a 3v2 from the get-go. And even though they ended up losing, they played a very good fight.
And there we go. On the loading screen, we finally see Blade&soul client turning it off. That just indicates that we have concluded our broadcast for day 2.
Yeah.
And why did Bad Intentions do this to us? Bring up so much hype when we're exhausted near the end.
They did this to us yesterday.
They did this to us yesterday in day 1, but they do it to us again after we've been casting the entire day. They had to close it out with a spicy pepper on that one.
Yeah, exactly. And now we will have 2 EU teams and 1 NA teams, and only 1 Russia team.
That's the confirmation there. With Madness being eliminated from Worlds 2017, with that officially being done, got the second team from Europe, the first seed. Bad Intentions are moving on to the second round. They will be holding on to the second place spot of Group D, which they'll be facing off with the other 3 second place seeds from each of the groups to decide which 2 teams out of the 4 will be advancing to the quarterfinals, along with the 6 that have already been confirmed.
Yeah, and as you see right now on the results, we see Tourist, Noonsang Fan Club, Hurricane, and Madness. Unfortunately for these 4 teams, they are eliminated. And tomorrow we will have 2 more teams eliminated who has placed in the second place, because we do have 2 teams waiting out up there, GC Busan Red and Sky. So tomorrow will be another close and intense game for the second place teams.
And I know I'm changing the subject a little bit, ending, but I want to mention of how much European and NA has really shown in the World Championship.
Yeah.
It was all about the Asian dominance, and that's what was predicted for Worlds 2017. But these 4 teams have proved them wrong. Even Hurricane going out today, they have showed up a good fight getting into the stage, even through the elimination. So we have these next matches coming up. You guys saw the schedule. We'll be back for Friday. That's tomorrow, 1100 Korean Standard Time once again. But we'll be back to show you the action to finish off the group stage before we move on to the quarterfinals on Saturday.
Yeah, and like you guys just saw on the screen, we will have Thank You versus Guardian for our first match, and for our second match, we'll have IDEPS versus Bad Intentions. But it will be the double elimination, so we will eliminate 2 teams out of the 4, and only 2 teams that have placed second in their group will make it up to the quarterfinals.
So the second place teams cannot stay secure just yet. They're not completely in the quarterfinals quite yet. They have to get through the matches from tomorrow and to make their final spot into the grand quarterfinals.
Yeah,
happening on Saturday.
I love how you said it, grand
It's
quarterfinals.
very valuable for these teams, because every day they survive through the World 2017 is a very meaningful day and accomplishment for every of these teams.
And now, even though you place second on your group, it doesn't, secure a spot for you in the quarterfinals. You have to fight for it, and that is why I liked it when you called it the grand quarterfinals, because just because you place second, you don't make it into the quarterfinals like usual.
Very fitting title, I have to say, for my own comments. That was very, very good. But we will be back for more Blade&soul action. Along with me is Ending Life. My name is Joel Subway. We'll be back tomorrow, 1100 Korean Standard Time, for more group stage action. We'll see you then.